Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Okay, welcome to Movie Madness. Is there some madness on the corner of YouTube today? Are we happy? Is this what we wanted? Was this our end game? No. Is it my fault? Could it be me that made Jody quit YouTube? No. I think the main culprits. Zodwriter has some interesting theories. That's why he's on. And go sub to. I'm gonna share your channel name here first. Go sub to Zodwriter because he does other podcasts, but he's planning for the future to do more on YouTube. So sub now, so when he brings that content, you'll be ready. And man, people have been loving your hot takes. So here, go sub to Zodwriter. Get him to 100 subs. All right. So are we happy? No, we're not happy. This is pathetic. I do think that he needs some help. And honestly, we all played a part in exposing the hypocrisy and the chaos. But ultimately, who caused this situation? Jody himself. And I'm not blocked yet, but I blame Andy Signore. I really do blame Andy Signore. He should know better than to encourage his behavior. But it's too profitable.
Yeah.
For the circus. And my opinion, we'll get to Zodwriter next, and then Brian, what you think was the nail in the coffin. I think the last straw was if he could have recovered from the yay or the G clip, he should have just apologized. He should have said, if he had actual people that cared about him, like Andy, you should have cared about him enough to say, this doesn't look good, even if you think he said it. Because most people don't think he said yay. They think he said the other thing. So
he did say yay. He said yay at first.
But don't say it here. Yeah. But here's what a real a person with their wits about them would have told Jody. Say, I apologize. That was not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say this. I was trying to make a joke and move on. And what did Andy do? He needs to apologize to us. Let's donate. Let's donate to Jody's legal fund. I mean, if the Snyder Cult T-shirts weren't enough, if all this other chaos is enough, these clips of him doing racial jokes, homophobic jokes, and it's not like there's not a precedent before the Ray Fisher clip. Yeah. So if he had a recovery, it would have been to stop there, do damage control, and take it easy there. But what does Andy do? Let's make a stream taunting Ray Fisher that's already involved with a situation with WB legally about abusive behavior. And what they did was abusive to Ray Fisher, harassing the talent. Really, it is.
No, it is. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing they did to Kelly Marie Tran. You know.
Okay, so and we might have some Jody bots in here. I wish him the best. I say first thing he should do is go get some mental health, go seek out a professional, and stop taking your advice from a Signor, because he's not a true friend. He's not a true. You should not, Andy Signore. I'm calling you out, brother. You shouldn't have encouraged him. And this last week was over the top, and it's your fault.
Well, make sure the next time you call him out, make sure you've got Taylor Swift music playing in the background, because that'll bring out a more soothing atmosphere.
I mean, how ridiculous is it to say that you need to apologize to Andy or to apologize to Jody after everything they've done to Ray Fisher?
Mm-hmm.
That was across the line, and it's like an easy email. Look what these clowns are doing on the internet. They're trying to drag me into their chaos. When it's a sensitive topic too. Okay. So Matt, Zodwriter, you had a theory which I would like you to share. What also you think was the tip of the iceberg that really caused this? And we want him to come back. I actually think he will come back. I think he just doesn't want to deal with the problems that he caused, and he doesn't want to man up. I'm sorry. I don't think he wants to deal with it.
I think my theory is I believe that he was pulled back. He was pulled back abruptly by the connections that he has within Warner Brothers, because I believe, and this is just me putting the pieces together, being a little bit of an internet detective, trying to piece things together where I see them matching up, and I find a lot of evidence that suggests that Jody may have some sources in the Jeff Johns camp over at Warner Brothers. And the reason why he's kind of had to pull back, he was abrupt and pulled back and posted that Twitter response that he posted, was because he was contacted by those sources. And the source may very well be somebody specific in Warner Brothers, or it could be. And I know a lot of you guys think I'm reaching here, but it could very well be Patty Jenkins, because I personally believe that Jody has a relationship with Patty Jenkins. And I think that the idea would be that Patty may have reached out to him, or somebody close to Patty may have reached out to him and said, hey, look, you need to scale this down. I mean, we love what you're doing. We love how you're stirring the pot and making things bubble up in favor of the other side of the DCEU, and not being so pro Snyder, being against the Snyderverse or whatever. But you're taking things a little bit too far when you're going after Ray Fisher, when you know full well Ray Fisher is in the middle of a legal battle right now that could very well bring down Jeff Johns, John Berg, and Joss Whedon. So you have to be careful when you do that kind of stuff. And I think what happened with Jody was he let his mouth cash, write a check that he couldn't cash. And the reality is now he has to scale it back, because now even the people that are fueling him or gave him the green light to do what he does have pulled him back and said, look, now you got to pull back, because if you keep this up, Patty's going to have to make a statement, because obviously they're watching all these videos.
He has her in the beginning of his intro.
Yeah. Well, not only that, he spends all this time saying all these things, trashing and you see Patty, and you're right, Patty is in the intro of every single one of his videos. The reality is that at some point, Patty would have had to step in and say something. Now, it's also true that Patty Jenkins is currently following Jeff Johns on Twitter. If that means anything, I don't know. But I just think that there's a lot of evidence that points to Jody's Corner having legitimate source connections to Patty Jenkins and people in her and Jeff Johns' camp. And I think this is why Jody scaled back so quickly and said, okay, fine, I'm going to take some time off.
He'll be back.
I'm going to move back. No, I don't think for a second, and this is the other thing, Max, I don't believe for a moment that Jody is gone for good. There's just too much in it for him. He's got a following, he's got a brand, he's got a way of doing things, but I think he got in a little bit too deep when he went after the star, one of the stars of Justice League, and dipped his toe in where it didn't belong. I think the whole thing in the first place started with Andy Signore and Jody calling out Ray Fisher, and Ray Fisher is the victim here. And so this is the thing I'll never understand. This is a hell of their own making. They were the one that initiated this fight. It wasn't like Ray Fisher all of a sudden out of nowhere called out Andy Signore. And I don't even think Ray Fisher knew who Jody of Jody's Corner was. So
come on, Zod. You know that Jody's that he's been watching their streams forever. He's been there the whole time. He's probably he's probably made some burner account, some second account, it's just so that he can
Fisher.
Because Fisher really cares about Jody. Fisher really cares about Signor and what they think of him and what it is. I mean, the only thing keeping him back from the last two nights from going straight onto one of their feeds and apologizing and groveling at their feet is the fact that he was held back by a DNR that said he couldn't say anything, which meant he couldn't even apologize.
Do not resuscitate DNR.
Yes, because you can't resuscitate what died.
No, I think Matt had one of the things today with regards to most of this today. So yeah, straight up. I mean, it goes right into what Zod was saying about Patty Jenkins and like Occam's razor. The simplest solution tends to be the correct one. So
okay. Yeah, I could easily. I honestly don't think she knew as much chaos as he was doing, though. Me personally, but
no.
I'm
this is
telling
loud.
Andy is to blame. Don't blame us. You do not encourage this behavior. You say get some help. You don't make live streams saying they need to come to us. He's narcissistic. He's overconfident out of his legal win.
Well, Max, he lied about your stream. He lied about your stream yesterday when Andy flat out lied about your stream when he came here in your stream, because while they were on, they got a super chat or whatever, and the guy told him that I should go kill myself, that if this is what I'm doing on YouTube, that I should go kill myself. And Andy goes, oh, because he read it out loud, and then he goes, oh, I mean, no, don't do that. No, you wouldn't want to do that. We don't want you to do that. We never want you to do anything like that. We don't want you to meet them with the same vitriol that they meet us with, because when I went on there, somebody threatened me, and boy, nobody stood up for me. They encouraged that kind of thing over there.
No one encouraged it. No.
Exactly.
Oh my God, what a bitch.
Right.
More or less.
I mean, listen, at this point in time, can somebody answer me the honest question, the true honest question? Who lit the fuse on Andy's tampon? Who lit that fuse? It's always lit.
You did, Matt.
Well, I have played my part. I am a humble boulder merchant. I simply call it like I see it. And apparently, look, I have to go drop something off, so I will be taking off. Well, I'll come back, but I'm just going to step away from the phone. But let me just put it to you guys like this. I put out a video asking the question, theorizing, is Patty Jenkins Jody's source? Less than an hour later, Jody goes on sabbatical. Coincidence?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Matt. As you and I discussed earlier this afternoon, it's not a coincidence. Patty Jenkins clearly has a connection to Jody. And I think the problem is people don't want to lump Patty Jenkins in with him. They want to give her the benefit of the doubt. And I completely understand that. And I did send Max the clip that I sent you earlier today so that he could play this
I'm going to show it.
and see exactly what I'm talking about. The moment Zack Snyder is mentioned, you will see Patty Jenkins' face. You will see the expressions. Brothers, if looks could kill, that's all I got to say. And in all honesty,
if looks could kill, I'd be real dangerous.
It's yeah. So again, we've got to. It's one thing to want to give people the benefit of the doubt. It's one thing to want to say, well, oh no, Patty is a professional. She's not. She doesn't support somebody like this. But it's another thing altogether when the evidence just keeps pointing in that direction.
Okay, well let's go to Zodrider's evidence here. He thinks looks could kill. She is not happy about Snyder Cut fandom. We'll see. Let's bring this up here.
What's up, Prime?
Hey, Prime.
What's good with it?
What's up, Prime?
What's up, peeps?
And I heard that you watched the Snyder Cut. I know it's a polemic story.
That what?
The Snyder Cut of Justice League.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No,
but
nobody did.
Yeah, do you believe it's going to be released in the movies or in streaming?
I don't know. I think that the movie suffered from very unfortunate and sad, circumstances. I would have loved to see the finished cut of Zach, and I hope that one day we'll get to see it, but I don't know.
Thank you, girls.
Since you since y'all playing this part with Patty, because I'm hearing y'all talking about Patty and all this stuff or whatever. Y'all have to realize when it comes down to entertainment in this business,
right?
And what actually happens is that Patty at this particular time and moment, they are promoting their movie.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on a second. We saw the part.
What you mean?
Well, hold on. I thought we were looking for some part there where she does something. She didn't do anything.
Well,
no. It was her. It was her
facial expressions and her response when they first asked about it, and then the way she was like, nobody's seen it. Like she's quick.
Well, yeah, okay, hold on. I get that. But honestly, she looks just like a friend of mine who actually has the same kind of temperament, exactly like that. And it may come across crass, but I know my friend, and she looks identical to a friend of mine right there.
Like someone that's like by the book on.
Yeah,
press, like,
and I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying that it's not. All I'm saying is I have a friend literally that looks like her and has that exact same temperament, and it can come across as very in your face and very forceful. At first,
I see where you're going.
I sat here waiting the whole time, honestly, for what I was supposed to see. I'm not Zod. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that it came across very much to me, very reminiscent of somebody that I know who comes across that way.
Hollywood is a business too, and I don't think she'd necessarily be against. I mean, she could be against Zack Snyder. I don't.
She's not against it.
But what I'm saying is she benefits from him not continuing. They could have been courting her for a bigger role in the future without Zack.
Absolutely. There's evidence. There's evidence that points to that. There's evidence out there that points to that.
They might have had more with lady superheroes, or she might take over a portion of the future. You don't know what they were.
She was being courted for a Justice League movie. Jesus Christ, the evidence is out there. She was literally interviewed about Justice League, and she said,
well, I mean, that's why she wouldn't want to comment, though.
Right. Well, all I can actually say pertaining to this. All right, so let's not get heated about it.
I'm not trying to get heated about it.
No. What I'm saying is that everybody has their theory and has a perspective on how it is. So let's just look at everything leading up to this point. You have to understand is that Patty has a reason to be mad about a lot of stuff. Her movie has been pushed back twice. Okay, you have to take that into consideration. All right. Then you got to understand is that her movie is not getting the publicity that they should be getting at this particular time and moment. Everything is getting overshadowed by Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to. So you have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Now, when Gal and her are withholding back, you have to remember now, this is where their NDAs really kick in, because they can't say shit. Gal has to really tiptoe around a lot of shit. And you got to remember, she could speak before press. Because you got to remember, in last year of November, she tweeted out, released the Snyder Cut. That video right now is after that. So you have to remember, they had to tighten up on press. So anything that's pertaining to anything outside of Wonder Woman, she can't say shit. She can't talk about nothing. Even if they want to scrap the tip of the iceberg, they can't say nothing. And on top of that, any interview, any showing that they've been at, everybody has been asking them about that. Now, they shouldn't get mad about it, because they have to realize Gal is probably the biggest star right now. If you think about it, out of everybody that's on the team right now, she's the biggest star right now. You cannot deny that. You cannot say that. Gal is the biggest star right now. Okay. Even though Ben is getting all, you got to remember, Ben is getting all this dang publicity, and Ben is not doing anything. He did his own project. Okay. Henry is getting all this publicity and stuff like that. Yeah. Gal is getting her stuff all like that. No doubt. She's the biggest star. But are people really talking about Wonder Woman 84 like that? They're not. They're not.
And that's what I said earlier.
Straight up.
That's what I said. Like, there's no one talking about Wonder Woman, because it's like when they talked about the shutting down to the theaters this summer, Tenet and Wonder Woman were the top two in the conversation.
Exactly.
But now
Exactly.
everything's Tenet. No one's talking about Wonder Woman, and they're not going to.
And they're not going now. The only way that Wonder Woman is going to get that publicity like that, because if y'all really think about it, let's really look at it for what it's worth. We understand Zach is a producer on this movie. Jeff Johns got a writer's credit. Okay. That's the only reason. So you don't want to take it out of text. Patty Jenkins probably could have just followed Jeff Johns because now they are business partners because of this project. Now they might be coming up with some. Now after this, now this is just a theory. Even though Patty Jenkins said this and she stated this, she's not going to do no more movies after Wonder Woman 84. She says she's done. She wants to get out of the game. She don't want to do anything. If she has a project coming up, it could be dealing with something with Jeff Johns, or just could.
That could be a result of the Snyder Cut.
Exactly, because remember, she wasn't about that. She wasn't about that before. They were asking her before. They were asking her about
she's like, the next Wonder
Woman and all this other stuff. They were asking her about more Wonder Woman sequels and other things, and she wasn't. She wasn't cutting it off. And Prime, like you pointed out, now she's gone on record as to saying she's done. She doesn't want to do anything else after this. Why is that? Because her buddy Jeff Johns is out of the equation as far as these movies go, and she was more happy with the direction that he was taking the DCEU than Zack Snyder, and that's just the reality of the situation.
Okay, now that's a very, very big possibility there. We don't know. That's a very, very good theory that you have there. I'm not saying that it's not good. All I can just say is that I'm just on my point is that if that so happened to be the case, it could be like maybe she just don't want to do anything no more. Maybe that is. To my recollection, to what I know, her, Zach, Deborah, everybody that's on the actual crew of Zach's team, they're all with Patty Jenkins. So Patty Jenkins, she's with that team as well. So they really have a really good connection. They don't have to they can agree to disagree on things.
Sure.
For creation wise, they are part of the team now.
And I agree with you. And just to piggyback off of a little bit of what you pointed out, professionally, everybody is together. But what I'm trying to get to with my theories is the root of the professional jealousy that exists. I think that piggybacks off of what you said, which is nobody's talking about Wonder Woman 84. It's all Snyder cut this, Snyder cut that. Every time Patty Jenkins goes out to do an interview about Wonder Woman 84, she would get asked about the Snyder cut. That's not something that you want to hear. And at some point, you're going to get annoyed as a filmmaker because you're a creative and you have a product that you're trying to push.
They all have egos. Yeah.
So my point is, tying that all into everything that the theory that I was trying to put together is the idea that perhaps, that professional jealousy is something that has prompted all of this.
To go along with your theories, Odd Rider, timing is everything. When two announcements happen, it's not a coincidence. Like the Snyder Cut officially gets announced, and then all of a sudden she's not sure if she's going to do Wonder Woman, the third one right away. That's not a coincidence.
Now, you have to take this into consideration too. Now, with all this going on right now, I understand Patty's frustration because let's think about it, like gentlemen, everybody that's on the panel and everybody that's listening.
Yeah, I like Patty Jenkins.
I love her. I love Patty Jenkins. But y'all have to remember, y'all have to think about this. Her movie got put back.
That's
twice.
Frustrating.
This movie should have been out.
Right.
And if it wasn't for the coronavirus and all this stuff that's going on right now, it got pushed back again. So just imagine her frustrations, Gal's frustration. Now, Gal probably not going to have that much frustration all like that because she knows she got two projects coming up.
It also cost her money because her deal may have been her deal for Wonder Woman 84 may have been really on box office and back. And now because they delayed it, and now it's stuck in this situation, she's going to make significantly less money for the theatrical release, possibly.
Indeed.
And with that being said,
but who would she be mad at about that though? Because that's not anybody's fault other than the fact that we have a pandemic.
It is though. This is the thing. You have to remember her brand was safe when things were being run under that regime with Jeff Johns and all that. Everything she wanted to do was safe. Her position was safe. Nothing changed until AT&T swooped in and said, hey, we're going to release the Snyder Cut. So now
Wonder Woman 84, if it would have been released already, the Snyder Cut might not have been as prevalent. 2.
No, I have to disagree with that because y'all have to remember this movie was supposed to come out in 2018. They pushed it back.
2019.
No, it was supposed to be 18, and then they pushed it back for the next year because the movie was supposed to come out in 2018.
They did reshoots, didn't they? Wasn't that
no? The movie was done. They wanted to finish up some stuff. They figured that it wasn't.
It did get pushed back. Yeah.
They shot it in 2018. It was supposed to come out Christmas 2019, and then they pushed it back. Yeah, look it up. Yeah, look it up.
It was supposed to come out. Hold on. Because in Comic-Con, I'm trying to remember. Because it was supposed to come out. It's 20. Boom, 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 boom. You're right. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. I'll look it up. I know it's supposed to be
Matt's good for something.
Right. I think like I say, it got pushed back. It got pushed back twice. But the first one, the real one that really hurt it is that which we didn't know that this little pandemic was going to happen. So that's not no fault of nobody.
Sure. That's for sure.
This was going to happen. Nobody knew this was going to happen. But let's think about it. If that first pushback never happened, Wonder Woman 84 would have been out. It would have been out. And they would have did what they had to do. It would have been out, but it didn't happen that way. So with that being said, you have to remember it got pushed back for the first time, which is, they wanted more time. Then this pandemic came. Then they pushed it back. Then they pushed it back again. So Wonder Woman 84 is not coming out this year, supposedly until what? What they say, September?
November.
October.
November? Okay. So they pushed it, like I say.
Yeah. Oh no, it's October. I think it's October.
Yeah, it's October. I got it right. I got it right here in front of me. It's October.
Okay, so they pushed it back again.
Checker Enos.
And when you think about it, it's July now. Do you think all this stuff? You think that's going to change and everything is getting worse? They're putting travel bans in states now. My state got a travel ban. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
So my thing is that it's getting worse. So what makes you think they're going to start opening up theaters this year? This movie is probably not going to come out until next year.
Exactly.
Now, I agree with all of that. And help me because I ain't mad at anybody, and I'm not saying that anybody's theories are crap because it's all speculation at this point, right? So
I'm mad at Andy Signore again.
So I ain't mad at nobody. So Zod, please know that I'm not saying that I'm not coming at you like you're full of crap or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to understand. I guess to me, I look at any news and even speculation because I don't want to waste time on speculation that I don't think is really credible, that really makes sense. So I really try to process when I hear ideas and thoughts like,
indeed, I agree.
Is this possible? Right.
I agree.
So when I hear that, it's pretty sensational. I do question what the relationship is between Jody and Patty, because it's kind of weird, because it seems like it's very much on Jody's side that he's really trying to latch on to.
He's even got Wonder Woman 84 in his logo. When
that's what I'm saying.
Because
he doesn't have any official connection to any of that. Yes, he supposedly and even this I've heard differing opinions about really how much he's supposed to be in the movie.
The odd thing is that if you're supporting, okay, and this is just for me, this is common sense. If you're supporting Patty Jenkins, you're supporting Gal Gadot, you are in a sense supporting everything. You're supporting the Snyderverse. If you're a fan of Gal Gadot, you're supporting Zack Snyder, because if it wasn't for Zack Snyder, Gal Gadot wouldn't even be Wonder Woman. If it wasn't for Zack Snyder, there would be no Wonder Woman 84, because Wonder Woman wouldn't have happened. So Jody,
by default, he loves the Snyders.
By default, he has to love the Snyderverse, because by him always trying to split everything down the middle and making it seem like it's separate, and saying we need to move on with Wonder Woman 84, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2.
I agree with all that. So I agree with that. But let me just finish what I was saying there. So I agree with all that. I'm fully on board with that. I guess for me, two things is the question really is how much does Patty Jenkins really care about Jody? right? Because we all seen the video of him waiting in line and stuff, and he gets up there and he's waiting in line, and he gets up there and she gives him a hug, and obviously he has seen her before.
Literally gives him a bear hug. She literally jumps over the table.
Hold on though. That's fine. That's fine. But can I tell you something? I've met two ladies who did the exact same thing to me, not knowing who I was, but because I was complimentary towards them. They both act the same way. One was Leah Thompson, the most precious woman I think I've ever met in my entire freaking life. Met her at a Comic-Con. I had sat back watching her. I had a conversation with her. That woman gave me a bear hug, and my wife said, I wish I had a camera, because the woman was teared up, and she just loved on me. Another one was Judith Hogue, who played April O'Neil in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. She did a shout out for our channel. Didn't know what the channel was. Nothing. She did a shout out for our channel to our people. Gave me a huge hug and thanked me for the kindness that I showed her in talking to her at her table for a couple of minutes. And then Sarah Douglas, who played Ursa in Superman 2, that woman did a shout out for us and was like, I'm just saying,
the toy collection.
No, I'm setting up the fact. I'm setting.
Yeah, you have a picture of Brandon Ralph in your house too.
Okay.
No, listen to me. Hold on.
I'm kidding with him.
I know, but hold on. Don't jump in on me. Let me finish my sentence. I'm setting up the fact, because I'm dealing with facts here. When you go to a con, when you go to a Comic-Con, just because somebody gushes, they better be nice to you, or else you're going to walk away either ticked off. And I know sometimes it doesn't happen, but that is what they're there to do. So just because she hugs him in that instance, or saw a couple of his videos because he was like spamming her with them or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that like she's in with him, is what I'm saying. That, just from that video, I don't think it's fair to make that connection.
Hold on. So let me.
It's a prime time.
Okay, so let me clear this up for everybody. Now, before I started not really watching Jody all like that, because at the time I was watching Jody and his crew really hard, until I really started finding out the only person that on his friends that I only follow is J3 Entertainment. But he's a totally different type of dude. He's more reserved than his squad. He speaks a little bit more common sense than they do. Okay, he gives a bit of more of a reason. But anyway, the reason why Jody got the Patty Jenkins and the Gal Gadot responses, if y'all don't remember and recall, is that when he didn't like BVS, he was calling out that Patty Jenkins was going to be the savior for the DCEU. He was really praising Wonder Woman, all like that. So his review of the actual trailer at that time had got a lot of buzz. It got a lot of reviews. Patty Jenkins reached out to him on Twitter and said that, that was really breathtaking. You can go back and look it up. So he established a relationship with Patty and Gal. Then when he went to Comic-Con, if y'all don't recall, they was already established a cool friendship and a relationship. When he went to Comic-Con, he got backstage passes. That's way. So he got Hall H passes. Him, J3, and some of his other guys, they got backstage passes for Comic-Con. So they went. That's when they went backstage, and everything was all messed up. If y'all watched the whole thing, Chris Pine was an asshole. He saw Nicole Kidman. She was very, 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 very nice, very, very presentable. She just who she is. He saw Gal, but no. Gal was busy. But Patty Jenkins came back, said that her apologies on what actually happened, of the whole situation and everything that went down. Right after that, okay, they had another video because they had another meeting. So that's the reason why that, and she said she'll make it up to him and Jay. That's the reason why they're on the Wonder Woman 84 thing, because of what happened at Comic-Con. She made it up to them for that. So that is the reason why. Now, and they have a very good friendship and a relationship. Now, pertaining to information and anything that goes on pertaining to Patty and all that stuff like that, then hey, you can speculate whatever like that. But if it's pertaining to business, that's what they do. But that's how his relationship with Patty started, because of that reaction video of Wonder Woman at the time. Okay. And it was a very, very passionate review, and it just blew up.
Thank you, Prime. Thank you, Prime, for establishing those facts. I was going to comment on that and bring that up after Inash got done saying what he said. But I'm glad you said it because you put it more eloquently than I would have. But I totally appreciate that. So thank you, sir.
But
I appreciate that.
I do see where Enosh is coming from, though. I mean, it wouldn't be beyond somebody that's their job basically is to make you feel good. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
But what we've established is that they have a relationship. That's the whole point.
I got you, but
he blew it though.
I'm sure he probably, you know,
it's not the same. It's not the same thing as just being a fan and meeting somebody at Comic-Con for the first time.
Oh, I could say the same thing about Marina Sirtis.
I still think if Patty Jenkins saw his chaos even a little bit, she'd be shocked.
Yeah, I don't think
to my knowledge,
attention
when they went to the red carpet, if I'm mistaken, because Gal didn't really pay attention to him at Comic-Con, she was too busy. When they went to the red carpet, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall, that's the reason why he has the intro with Gal. When they went to the Justice League release and he was on the red carpet, they got backstage passes. That's how he saw Patty and Gal together. That's how he met Gal Gadot. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of stuff that was going on at the time. I can't remember the timeline fully, but he did meet Gal in person. He did see that, and he also saw, and him and Patty got a, very, very good, relationship or, whatever. With that.
Hey, Matt,
Enosh got a point though, because we don't know their extent of their relationship, but from what I see, their relationship is pretty solid. They have a very, very good relationship.
That's no excuse, Nicotina. I saw you in a tent. Get on here. No.
Hey, Max, can you pull up the comment up here by Parademon 44, the last one? This is, I think, the big question is, because I think that's a really important question because people brought this up about Mike Zero a couple of years ago.
It can happen. Like the sources. The people that reach out to social media influencers have an agenda of what they want out with. They can't say it themselves. Mm-hmm. That's how sources not in every situation, but a lot of situations, like they may have been using Andy for something they wanted to say. Maybe the Snyder Cut wasn't going to be officially released, announced then. But all that Andy Signore stuff, maybe they were going to wait till fandom. I don't know.
Yeah, seeing like what comes out of Jody and just kind of the things that he does and the content that he has and he's put out there.
Oh, talking about divas. No, I'm just kidding. Look at Mr. Freeze.
Just seeing that kind of content, I just don't think that somebody in a serious position is going to publicly align with that person. They could be aligned with the person behind closed doors. Mm. But I would really question the sanity of anyone who was legitimately watching. Like, I just don't see like Patty Jenkins watching his content, seeing the kind of stuff that he says, and somehow supporting that. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
Brother, he's completely complimentary of Patty Jenkins every time he brings her up. Every time he'll do this. He'll tell all of us. He'll tell Zack Snyder and all of Zack Snyder's fans to drown in their own vomit, and then he'll turn around and talk about how great Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are. So it's.
No, I get it. I get that. I'm just saying though. As a whole, because of like the rest of his content, because
maybe Patty and Zach have like a little sibling rivalry going on. Like Zach has like the Snyder Cut army, and Patty's got Jody's corner. Who knows?
Well, my personal opinion, Zod, is that she had a lot to benefit from him not being, but I don't think she was necessarily against him. I just think she was going with the flow, and she if you notice, anyone that had future projects going forward in the DCU before the Snyder Cut was official had to play the Warner Brothers game. Like, you don't see Gal Gadot. Right. I think she's the only one. No, she and Jason both publicly retweeted, but they were a lock. If you aren't going to bring them, the fans would revolt because their movie's got $1 billion. Mm-hmm. The one like Henry Cavill, I don't know if he necessarily would come in to begin with, but he was trying to negotiate coming back, so he's not going to. And then they were probably going to negotiate her contract at this time for the future, but now her movie's not even released and she's making less. So because Warner Brothers decided to delay, so she would have had a bigger role, and if it would have come out when it was supposed to, this whole situation could be completely different. It could be like Wonder Woman 84 would have blown everything out of the water, made records. And
well, I still think that Wonder Woman 84 is going to be very successful.
Oh yeah,
just it's going to be
absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
I mean, I'm not worried about that part. It's just the simple fact is that all the stuff that has been going on, the controversy stuff that's been happening.
Oh, they're trying to silence my man.
What's up, Nicotina? What's up, Nicotina?
They're trying to silence Prime.
Patty Jenkins did it. Oh my
Prime
gosh.
is speaking the truth. Prime knows. You see, hey.
I am sorry. Patty Jenkins just shut him up. I'm sorry.
Well, did he finally take the L? No, listen. I don't want people are the people that think we're just haters. I want to say this. I don't like the way he behaves.
I got it right here for him.
I think he is
Cash up.
No,
it's not my channel.
I'm trying to be nice, guys. I'm trying to be nice. So I don't like the way he does things. I think he creates chaos. He's not credible. He's a clown. But personally, as a human being, I want him to get help. And I am blaming Andy Signore for encouraging this behavior, the narcissistic a-hole of Andy Signore, who is so hyped up on himself that thinks, oh, I want a court case. I could do all this stuff. I could call out actors and tell them to come on a stream and say they need to apologize. Check yourself, because you've already wrecked yourself, Andy. You've wrecked yourself. You put Jody in this situation by encouraging him. You should have shut this down long ago.
Well, wait, Max. Now, come on, Max. He always says, whenever he tries to confront you, he always says, I'm not Jody.
No. He should have stopped. He should have stopped this long before.
He's his own man. He does what he wants.
Jody's no saint, but the people that encouraged him are not his friends. They want that cash app.
But Max, haven't we been? I mean, stop me if I'm wrong, but haven't we been saying though that Jody has been the bigger influence on Andy's behavior this last little bit than I mean, I don't know. I just want to make sure that we're
he's influenced it, but also Andy should have had the wherewithal to stop this shit. So I'm blaming Andy. He should the cross the line when Jody was just sitting there letting Andy say all this stuff like Ray Fisher needs to come here and apologize. That was way too many steps too far. And
yeah. I mean, that's
I'm
dumb.
saying if you want to blame anyone for Jody leaving YouTube, blame Andy.
Look, watching those two guys stand there in that video, and I've watched it a few times because my wife had not seen any of this stuff, and she's like, "You've been gone for 2 days. What have you been doing?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't believe."
Someone with their sense that's been in the industry this long, like Andy, should know we need to do damage control, even if we think we're right. Even if we think we're in the right.
Well, the thing is, the smart thing that he should have done was, even if what should have been done is, because I know if it would have happened to me, if somebody would have misheard something that I said, I would have simply made a video and said, hey guys, look, you know me, I did not say that. It may sound like I said that, but that's not what I said. And it would have been, you would have been
right,
a heart to heart you have with your people, and it's done. They came out. That didn't happen. Puppet Signors.
You're a liar.
You're a liar. Right. You're a liar. This is Liar Poindexter Lounge, and everybody's going crazy. And who did this? I don't like that guy. We're not going to give him any screen time. But here's his first name right there for everybody to see. But we're going to give him any screen time. And we demand a retraction. We demand that he show up here on our channel. I wonder why? Because you want the views, right? They're like, well, let's have a conversation, guys. Come on, let's have a conversation. Let's talk it out. Whatever. Because I
thought of a bad joke. That's the only way he's getting that. No, I'm just
I can't believe the way y'all are talking about Saint Jody. I can't believe
the only way he's getting some keyword.
I'm just saying
getting a cat from a tree.
It was pretty apparent. If you watch those videos and you don't think, oh my God, these guys are just really just trying to pimp themselves out because they want it
make a
so
penis.
bad. They just want attention so bad. They need
yes.
somebody to verify them so bad, to prop them up so bad that they will say anything.
They
do
need
anything.
they need to be verified all the time. They need to be they
the
need to be
president dropped the track.
they need valid they need to
Validation.
be validated. Yes.
Yes.
No,
And
but let's
sad.
be real. I want him to get mental health. I want him to return.
Good
I
luck.
think he should.
Oh God.
Good luck, he said. No, but
he's a character. He's playing a character. It's like it's like an actor that goes on TV and says, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." Jody,
he's the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Jody is not.
But
Jody is not. I do not believe for 1 second that Jody believes half the stuff he says when he comes out on there. He's playing a role.
Is this a troll? Is this a troll?
I will say this pertaining to Jody and Signor. All right, I'm just gonna put it like this.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing against the dudes. They gonna do what they do as their content creators, but I could just speak for Jody. I ain't got nothing against Jody. The only thing with Jody that I had a problem with was that, you know, I understand his take on what he means on certain things. So I understand it. I don't hate the guy. I don't dislike him. It's just the simple fact is that when I just wanted him, I just really wanted him to really specify on why he doesn't like it and why is, you know, the real reason on why he just doesn't like, you know, like the certain things, but you're supposed to be this fan. But he sticks to what he means. So I'm going to give him that. So, but the certain things that he says about just with the DCEU and all that stuff like that, that's fine. That's his opinion. I'm over it. I don't even get mad about it no more. Like I used to. That's it. That's his opinion. That's his approach. That's how he feels. But as him doing things on his channel and what he does and what he does with other things, he's entertaining. That's what he does for his audience. That's what he does. And he's been like that. Just like with his team, with the Justice League, when he had his team, his boys and his crew and what they were doing, that was very, very entertaining, you know? And that's the thing. So, but that's disbanded because of something in the discrepancy in their pact. So, you know, they had something and that was it. They all went their separate ways. But I can just say
falling out. They
had a falling out mainly because of Jay or whatever. Now, like I said, out of the whole team, you know, it's kind of messed up because it had something going as a unit and something happened. And that's why they all fell out with that. Not saying that they're not cool and they're still not friends, associates, colleagues, whatever the hell they want to be. But all I can say is that it was entertaining for what they were doing. And I was enjoying it because I would watch certain things. I just didn't like, you know, what he was actually saying about the DC. I'm like, you supposed to be a Superman fan, but you're so stuck in the past. So why are you so stuck in the past? And that's why I said you're contradicting yourself. If you like Injustice and you like all these, you know, different versions of the character and different stories and all these graphic novels, why can't it be on live action? And why can't you understand that they're doing it in a real life world setting? That's the things that bother me when he would say certain things. And I'm like, you suppose if you're a comic book fan, okay, if you're a comic book fan, I don't see what the problem is. My thing is this: if you have a negative reason, what is the reason behind your reason on why you don't like something? Don't just throw up something and give me some bull crap stuff and giving me your explanation on what it is. Because the things that he would say just didn't make any sense. For instance, you say you're a Zack Snyder fan. Okay, if you're a Zack Snyder fan, why you be dissing him like that?
Because he ain't a fan. He said
that's
many
what I'm
times,
saying.
F everybody, F Snyder.
I can, you know what? I can simplify. I can simplify it. I can simplify, make it even more simple for you as to why he does what he does. He's propping up the savior of the DCEU that he assumes is Patty Jenkins. That's what he's doing. That's his motive. He thinks that trashing Snyder is propping up
It
Patty,
benefits him
but
because
he doesn't understand.
He had that contact. He's like, if I
right.
prop her up and she goes forward, I'm gonna be
Exactly.
I'm gonna be big too.
Yeah,
And
it's as simple as that. It makes the most sense when you take into consideration everything that Prime just said.
I agree.
It makes the most sense.
I agree that that's probably his motivation.
Yes.
I'm just not so sure that she has that same connection to him that he feels to her.
Oh, doubtful. I mean,
that's a possibility.
Deniability. Yeah. She could just cut and run.
Well,
right. She doesn't have to publicly come out and support him. That's the great thing about having soldiers like this. You don't have to go out there and publicly support this or that, but you can rein him in behind the scenes and say, hey, you need to take a step back. This Ray Fisher stuff was going a little bit too far.
The Cash App thing is a scam. He's not making as much as you think there. He gets his friends. The reason you don't pay any fees on Cash App, so you could send yourself money to create a Cash App rally. So it's not. It's not.
Right. It's like a pyramid scheme.
Oh, I got 100 here.
That's
no way a YouTuber with 50K gets that much.
$26, baby.
No, it gets that many Cash Apps organically.
Well, that's what me and Zeverfet said earlier tonight on our stream because I said all we got to do is get about $30 between all of our channels, and what we do is we just keep bouncing it back and forth and just start that, man. It's like, oh hey, $5.
Yeah, we could get all excited like they do.
If you notice, the same people go on all their streams to get it started.
Yep.
You know who they are. I don't even have to say Boonda.
Oh,
I'm just saying one. He's in everything.
Booyah!
Bam!
Booyah!
See, I tell people when it come down to my channel, and I tell people, even though I still get paid for my channel, I tell people, because I don't promote for people just to give donations. But if you do give a donation, that's great and fine. Bless you. I appreciate it. But my thing is that I don't have a Cash App. Mm-hmm. See, I have a PayPal. So I just saying it's on my channel. So if a person decides to give me a donation,
money, man.
Right, they just give it to my PayPal.
That's right.
They just dump it. They say, we like your content, we appreciate it, whatever. But that's pretty much more for my NBA Live stuff because I'm with EA and I'm a game changer and all that bullshit. But that's pretty much for that.
I mean, Grace Randolph has like almost a million subs. She doesn't get Cash Apps $100 a pop. It's a scam. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean,
look. So I'll say this. Let me just say this about that, right? Because you know what? I don't have any problem, and I don't have a problem at all with anybody having a Cash App, with anybody having a Patreon, with anybody having a PayPal set up. With anybody taking super chats, I don't have a problem with that at all.
I manipulate the audience.
I've got all those set up. Right? And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is the manipulation. And hey, Max, you and I were on Jarbo's channel the night that he made $150 from one dude.
Cash App.
Right? And you know what? 2 weeks ago, we were just doing our Star Girl review, and a guy came in 10, 10, 10, somebody else 5, somebody else 10, and then bam, 100.
Yeah,
right?
It's just random.
And it was just bam, 100. Yeah. But you know what? The same thing is happening. Like if you ever watch Doomcock is like sitting there, like he's literally singing like, the theme song to WKRP. Baby, if you ever wondered, and singing show tunes and stuff like that. Right, and then all of a sudden it's like $300, $500, $200. And look, you can all sit there and go, what you guys talking about these people's money for? Why you care? I'll tell you why I care. Because it's manipulation. If people are really giving that much money to them, it's because they're being manipulated into thinking that they're somehow garnering something. Look at John Campea. Look, I'm not as hard on John Campea as a lot of people are on John Campea. Yeah. Because I got transported there. John Campea, he's got a lot of knowledge and he's been around for a long time, but he doesn't always use it for good. And sometimes he gets in his own head and he thinks he's a lot bigger than he is. And we can all agree about that. The thing is people are starstruck. And if people watch this guy every day, that it's people who are homebound or have different issues or whatever, and they got a little bit of money, and so they can hit that button. It's easy for them to hit that button. It gives them a release to think, oh, somebody's going to say my name. And you know what I relate it to? Because I grew up in this, okay? I relate it to when you see telethons on like Christian television stations.
I know where you're getting at. I know where you're getting at. I know where you're getting at.
I remember being a kid, and I remember being excited because my grandma wanted to give to one, right? And they would read your name on television, right? If you gave anything. And the thing is that's what people want to hear. They want to hear their name said or see their comment on there because they
want their tote bag
video. Exactly. They want their pin. They want their tote bag. They want something and they want to hear
the
that
PBS.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly it, man. They want that because they don't have that because maybe they don't have their own YouTube channel. They don't have the ability to do something like that or the personality to do it. So this is their moment to talk to somebody or have a connection with somebody. And I guarantee you, they'll download that video. They will save that video. They'll rewatch that video in that moment over and over and over again because I know people like that. And it gives them a rush. It gives them a rush. And hey, if they can do it again, if they can save up a little bit of money and they're like, hey, John Campia likes the fact that I gave him $100, right? Or Jody, look, why do you think that they're going crazy like that? Because it encourages that behavior. It's like a reward. It's literally like Pavlov's dog. It gives them a reward for their obedience.
Well, I mean, all I can say is this. For the ones, I know a lot of people like that I watch. I just don't watch. I watch a lot of content creators. But some people, they really, really have to have people give them donations because that's how they make a living. So because this is all they actually do and stuff like that. For instance, I'm more into a lot of like real deep shit. So more political or real world life events and stuff. So I listen to a lot of people that really do different stuff. So they actually say hit the Cash App because you're getting real content.
Yeah,
like if you,
it's like Stefan Molyneux, same thing.
Right. If you really watch a lot of people on YouTube that are really, really serious channels and they don't give you no BS and no bullshit and they really give you news,
because the harder you go, the less likely you're gonna have sponsored videos and stuff, especially political talk is really hard.
Get demonetized.
Well, I support good content. I sent
right, and you support it,
super chats a couple times, and I say the same thing with Matt Jarbo. You know what I mean? I support what I like. It's like Netflix. You buy Netflix for a subscription. Why the hell?
Well, what would we say? What would we say to Jody? What would you say if you could say something to him?
I got a pipeline to Jody. I can talk to Jody all the time, but he's not going to reply back to me. For the simple fact is that
maybe he's having a rough day. What would you want to say? Come back?
No, me or whatever. Just me, whatever. I
think he'll be back.
He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back for DC fandom. He's probably just gonna chill for a little bit, let everything.
I think he doesn't want to answer my questions. I said I made a video yesterday. I'm like, I want to see the receipt for the June 2020 donation to the prevention.
He's not gonna answer that. He ain't gonna answer that. I wouldn't even answer that.
He said in the video when he announced it, he said, I will show you the receipts.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
But it's the same. It's like I told you, though, Max. It's the same thing where
because that's really why you wanted to
Signor said, but Signor already brushed that off by saying, "Oh, but Andy didn't really sell all that many shirts."
You know what? Here's the thing. That's bullcrap, and I'll tell you why. That's bullcrap. Right now, in a tab, I have up the American Suicide Prevention Foundation, and you know why? Because in our stream tonight that I did with Zeverfet and I did with the Truth 31, we were joking about the Cash App. We were joking about that, and somebody popped up in the thing and said, "Check your Cash App," and they gave $1. And you know what I said right then? I said, you know what? Because then Lightcast actually popped in with $10, and I said, you know what? I appreciate that, but we are talking about this content tonight. We're talking about something very serious, and at that point, we knew that the news had come down, and I said, I don't feel right keeping money that's donated for this particular stream, and I said, anybody who gives, we're going to give that money. We're going to donate that money directly. And we made about $18 American, 5.5 pounds, and €5. And we found out what the symbol for euros was because we didn't know. And you know what? I'm going to take that. It's, what is it? It's like $30, something like that, $35 or whatever. And I'm going to take that money and I'm going to add to it, and I'm going to go and I'm going to donate it because guess what? I can find the donate button pretty easy because it's right there. And you know what? I'm going to document it. And I told everybody, you will see me document it, and you will see me that I gave this money. And we're going to rejoice together that, you know what? Thank you guys that you guys gave a little something. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how much it is. It does. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, it wasn't that much. He didn't sell that many shirts.
The reason
well, if he's making $300 cash apps, then you know what? Maybe give a little bit of that.
The reason I called him on it is because he was virtue signaling, saying, "And I'm not even selling T-shirts for the rest of 2020. I'm going to be donating 100 of my own funds, and I will show you the receipts." And I'm like, "Okay, show us the receipts." And Andy Signores like, he was on my stream. You really gonna question his charity? And that's absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, Andy
a resounding yes.
Andy is his own. Andy is his own individual, man. I got to the point where if I really, really look at him, I didn't really care. But when you really look at everybody's going to like somebody. You can like them, you can dislike them. That's fine. Me personally, everybody has their own way on how they do things, how they approach things, and how they deliver their message. So my thing is that, I may not be an Andy Signor fan like that, so it's not a big deal to me.
I gotta check this show out. I Am the Night. I don't know about that.
I Am the Night. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. He's probably talking about the show on Netflix.
No, there's laws about this on the internet. You can't be saying this stuff and not follow through, for sure.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
I hadn't even thought of that one, to be quite honest with you. I hadn't even thought of that one. That's
because the whole stream was set up to donate to me. Do you think he put that?
But Max, that could be another big reason why he's pulling away right now.
Jarbo said about the T-shirts, "Where's your donation on the actual Teespring?" Then he took them down. And then yesterday I said, "Where's the receipt about your $100 donation?"
Well, I will say this. Let me say this. So I don't know if you guys saw it because literally.
I mean, that's not why he stopped YouTube.
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to answer that though.
Because Ray Fisher tagged me, in his post. I have literally seen thousands of these retweets now and subtweets. I mean, like every time somebody answers something, I see it, and I've got it all on my phone. And the thing is, I mean, I gained 500 Twitter followers today.
Wow.
Yeah. And I gained like almost 200 subscribers on the channel. So the thing is that I saw all these things and I was amazed because yes, there's a lot of people who were, supporting him and, trying to say that he didn't say it and he did say it, whatever. But there's a lot of people who absolutely, they were almost just waiting for the opportunity for somebody to step forward and say enough is enough. And then all these people are coming forward and saying, look, this guy is this. And I mean, it ran the gambit of things that people had issues with. It's all over the place, guys. And I would just like read them and go, whoa, I didn't even think about that. Holy crap. Like what? He did that? I mean, like I'm just watching this stuff and I'm like, okay, man, holy cow. So people were, when we talked about it is that, like this whole culture of this hate, video culture, right? That people are really over it. Like there's still some holding on, you know what I mean? The pool boy's holding on. He's trying, but you notice he's trying to get away from YouTube where his metrics are seen. He's trying to get away from that because
he's not backing up the bullshit as much like Doomcock. He's like, I can't agree with this, but it's if Doomcock, if it's trending, it's Lucasfilm's fault. What? That's what he was trying to say. No. It's because they created a bad environment that the bullshit spreads. No.
Man, people sometimes they'll say things that don't, they'll excuse me, people will mess up themselves, and when they say stuff, they get caught on it, and then they don't know how to react to it when they get caught into something, when they're trying to backtrack or say anything. So, but I have my opinion on the whole situation, on what it is. All I can say is that, hey, it is what it is, hey, but hey,
thanks, Geeks and Dragon. Thanks, guys.
I gotta blow my nose. Woo! Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying not to sneeze. That's why.
Okay, I'll mute you.
No, go ahead.
I'm muting you. All right, sneeze away, and I'll unmute you in a second. Oh, okay, you're good. Oh, you're good. All right.
I'm fine, man. I'm fine. No, what I would say is that how I look at it, I looked at everybody's testimonial. I looked at everybody's video because, like I say, I gather all details and facts about the whole situation. I did watch the actual stream with Andy and Jody, and what they was talking about Kanye West, and he was referring to the actual album of Ye. So when I listened to it, he didn't call him gay. He called him Ye West. So right. So if you actually go back and you watch the actual stream and in the context of it, he was talking about Kanye West and what the Ye is. So if you look at if you actually know what the Kanye West album stands for, it's with the Ye, which is basically a term that's a Jesus form. So he was saying Ye in the context of, Ray Ye. So he was saying Ye Fisher. Right. So
I have a different theory on that.
I don't want to talk about this again because I have too many streams to be monetized for this.
Okay, well, that's fine. I just gave him a picture. I just gave him a picture because I have a totally different theory on that. I feel like at first that he did say Ye, but I think that he was trying to make a joke regarding Kanye and Ray Fisher and trying to put them together. And when it didn't hit, he backed off because the first time I'll agree, it sounds like he says Ye. The next two times it sounds like he says the other word. And I believe that it's because of a South Park episode that centers around Kanye West the entire time, trying to figure out a joke where they ask him, where they tell him that he is a blank fish. And that is a meme. That is something that's all over the place. And the second two times, I'll give you the first time. Well, but that second time, that's a hard G.
Well, to me, regardless, it doesn't matter because I've seen so much content of him saying the other word, saying on the people on his panel. You call me this like it's a negative thing, so I don't even care. I really don't. There's so much that it's not out of the blue for me. Prime. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
Like I said earlier, though, but basically, at this point, it really doesn't matter what he said.
No, it doesn't.
The cat's out of the bag, and the court of public opinion has already judged it thusly. You know,
because he's done so many other things.
Even if he thought
Brian,
he was in the right,
he's established that behavior.
He should have he did damage control instead of.
Well, that's what Andy did.
Instead of Andy saying you need to apologize to Jody and all this other baloney. That was the wrong take.
Yeah, who do they think they are? I mean, I said it earlier in the chat in the stream on Enosh's stream.
What's up, Cloven?
I said nobody knows who Jody is outside of YouTube. Nope. And that is gospel truth because ask anybody. Oh, have you heard what Jody Conner said? Who? You know what I mean? Even people that are into the Snyderverse and all that stuff. The only reason we know about it is because of what's been going on.
Ooh, Ray just brought up a good point too.
You've said what lots of people said, but just as many people think he didn't, and they know the argument too. They think he. I mean, it's debatable.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it at this. Okay, I believe Ray Fisher should apologize. Because he really, really did jump the gun. That's my opinion. But all I'm saying is that whatever it is and however it goes, okay, Jody is going to get a lot of false press. He's going to get a lot of praise. And like with Poindexter, you got yours because Ray went ahead, he listened to it, and you put it out there, and you got yours. So now you got a couple of fans, you got some fans, you got a lot of subscribers, which is a good thing because Ray basically he helped you out. He got you boosted. So he got you some stuff. So that's a blessing right there on that front.
Absolutely.
But all I'm saying is that, with that being said, hey, it's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be going on pertaining it. Hopefully it does not get into a law situation and it doesn't get into that because to my opinion,
there ain't nothing attached to that's going to get into a law situation because nobody tried to cancel him. Nobody called for him to be removed. Nobody made some campaign.
No, they said check your behavior. That's not cancel culture. He's like they should be ashamed.
There was
no. I don't mean like that. Not with the cancel code. Well, we know we're in this cancel code.
And if he left, he left of his own accord. Nobody forced him. Nobody took him down. Nobody demanded that YouTube take him down in a public way. And even with Ray saying what he said, look, it's one of those situations. You listen to it. I listen to it. If I think it says one thing, that's where I hear. You may hear something else. But even if you go to literally YouTube's, I showed that if you go and you use YouTube's caption, it says that word. So the thing is, there's plenty of evidence. Like he ain't. What is he going to fight? What is he going to say? Something against free speech? It's YouTube. People say a lot worse things about people all the time. And the thing the thing is, what is he going to argue? What is he going to argue that people believed it because of his behavior? If he got in that situation, he would get torn apart. He reminds me of my wife's ex-husband. Thinks he's a big dude, thinks he can say a lot, gets to court, and he doesn't even get to in front of the judge because his lawyer is begging us to do something for him and give him anything because he knows he's going to get slapped down. That's exactly what would happen in this situation. All this, we're going to get a lawyer. We need money we need cash to get a lawyer and all this. All that was a bully tactic to try to get us not to say anything again on any more videos and call him out because, we're little YouTubers. He's going to come after us. Bull crap. And two, he thought that he could bully Ray Fisher into coming on his channel and giving him some clout. And Ray Fisher don't care. Did you watch Justice Con? Did you hear what the man said? He said, look, you can't fire me. He says, if I have a roof over my head, food in my stomach, I'm good. If I never get another freaking job again, I'm good. I'm fine. You can't scare the man. So what are you going to, you know what? That's an awesome thing and it's a scary thing all at the same time.
When you have that kind of freedom. Yeah.
Because because he said in there, what a lot of people don't get is that because he has nothing to hold him back. Because you said, he doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have any children. He doesn't have no other responsibilities outside of himself. Nope. So he doesn't have anything to hold him back to be like, okay, I don't have nothing to hold me. So
I got to provide for somebody.
He don't have to provide for nobody. If he so happened to get homeless, well, he ain't got to worry about not being homeless. He can go back to his mom's if he had to. He doesn't have no baggage. He don't have anything. It's all himself. That's it.
You mess with somebody like that, man, you are messing with a bull.
And that's how you know. That's how you know he really has something, and he's really confident because he don't have nothing to lose.
Dude, when he told Joss Whedon in that video that he should be scared,
that's
not doubling down. That's not doubling down. That's like taking a whole bag and just slamming it down on the counter and saying, "Come at me." Yeah. I got you. I know I have.
I'm
waiting.
When Andy and Jody should be like, okay, we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the moment for you to do something or for me to have the opportunity. I'm putting together my story with my team of people, and it will come out. You know what? You know what's the greatest thing? See, we get in these situations and we always want to slam people right away. You know what's best sometimes is you make them wait. You make them wonder. They call you, the people, they text you, the people in your life, right? Your ex, your ex-wife, your ex-husband, they text you and demand stuff right now. And you know what's great is when you go, oh, I'll get back to them later. Mm-hmm. And you make them wait. And that's exactly what Ray Fisher is doing. He has got them all right game, where he wants. He's playing a long game.
And like on top of that, what he said, now I'm going to go with both like I say, I agree. I'm gonna put it like this. I feel that Ray should just go ahead and just apologize because you know what I'm saying, he didn't get whatever it is, but whatever it's worth. That's just me.
Ray should apologize?
I mean, Ray should apologize for putting that out there. Remember what I said.
No. He didn't say you should be ashamed of your behavior.
You have to listen to what I'm saying. Okay. Now I'm going with Poindexter on what he said because of the algorithm that YouTube provides. Now, when I listened to the video, I didn't hear the word gay. I heard yay. That's what I heard. Okay. Now, when I heard Jody's perspective and I listened to the tweet, I understand what Ray is about and what he stands for. That's good and fine and dandy. Okay. But there's only one thing that Jody said that I agreed on. That he didn't say gay. He said yay. And then he also said was everything else that he said in his interview. I mean, in his podcast and everything that he said, I didn't agree with that. Okay. The only thing that I agreed on was that, he feels that it should be apologized because that's not what he said. Okay. Now I listened to it. I heard it a couple of times. He said, yay, in my estimation. That's why I said I did my homework. Now Ray is out there saying certain things or whatever it is, whatever that he tweeted it out. That's what he tweeted out. Okay. Boom. That's what he did. I feel that he should just backtrack, look at everything for what it's worth. Now, if he feels that if y'all feel that he said gay, and if the algorithm is saying that he said gay, fine, because like you said, the algorithm or the text, because sometimes the robot will pick up certain things and it would, say whatever. If it's in the text or the actual caption, and that's what people are saying, like you said, and it's in the caption, okay, fine.
And I'll say this too, what makes me think even more is because I played a lot of it beforehand and a lot of it after. And as I'm talking and I'm like, there's like a part where I go, and it picks up, like it was on. Like it wasn't one of those things where it's like randomly throwing crazy, stupid words in there or whatever, replacing words or whatever. It was like, yeah. I mean, it was totally on. And when it gets to that point, it says it. And but here's the thing. I get what you're saying, Prime, but I don't get what you're saying, man, because here's the thing. You may not have heard it, but it doesn't matter because this is not your statement.
I mean,
right?
yeah, it's not my thing.
This is Ray Fisher. This is Ray Fisher's statement. And if Ray Fisher feels this was something said about Ray Fisher. So if Ray Fisher listened to it and thought that it said that word about him, that's up to him. If he backtracks now, you know what that does? That props up Jody. That gives Jody validity because now he has been bowed down to. If Ray really feels now, look, if Ray listens to it at some point and says, you know what, I really don't feel that way, then yes, he should apologize. And he should be a man and just come out and say, you know what? I may have listened to it and really thought that at first.
I think he's nothing to apologize for. All he did was retweet and said you.
I know. But what I'm saying is if Ray ever listens to that audio again and feels in his heart that he made a mistake, then that's for Ray to decide to come forward and say, you know what? I feel that I was wrong because now I feel this way, because we all can go through changes. We can all make a decision and then say, you know what? I changed my mind. But if Ray feels in his heart that that's what was said about him and he felt enough about it to take my video, which was a long video, and like cut it down and put it out there for all these people to see, he ain't got nothing to apologize for because that's him. That's his life. That's his decision. And you don't apologize for what you believe. If you believe something, you don't apologize for that. If you change your mind or if you flippantly did it and you didn't really feel that way, then yes, that is not a good.
It's like you said. He literally cut it out of the video because he heard what a lot of us heard, and that's why he did it. So it's basically his truth. It's how he interpreted
it.
And that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that he should apologize after he listened to everything in text, and then he come to a full conclusion. If he still sticks to that conclusion, you stick to your guns, and that's what you do.
I don't think
I think he's come to it.
But I think
he came to his conclusion. I think that's why he took the step. Because look, him putting that out there like that, and like calling out some little YouTuber like me, okay, that is coming to his conclusion. He obviously had a week. That video's been out for a week, so he's obviously had plenty of time.
He's already been judged accordingly. So it really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he said yay. Anything. It does not matter. He's been judged.
Okay, he's called. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And I bet you on top of that, I bet you Ray heard what was said, and I bet you Ray went back and watched a bunch of Jody's material, and saw his actions. And came to the conclusion, yeah, this is the kind of humor, right? That Jody portrays. Jody does stuff like, and I had it on my site. I put it on my site, and everybody knows that I have warned people, like, look, you're normally getting a PG thing when you come to my site because I put that out there. But I needed to make this point because people were attacking me and saying that things weren't as bad as they were and stuff. No, Jody's got videos of him making one of his friends make eye contact with him, forcing one of his friends, one of his little lackeys, to make eye contact with him while he simulates groping a man across the room who spread his legs. Okay?
I just see that.
You know what I'm saying? Look, and you know what? You might look at that and go, oh, that's funny if it's a bunch of guys sitting around. But when you're on a YouTube channel and you're broadcasting stuff, and then the one guy was like, you know, when they were talking about what's his name playing Mike Tyson,
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx doesn't have a shirt on, and the one guy sits there and goes, "Man, he looks really good," and the other guy goes, "Oh yeah, you think he looks good, don't you?" And he's like, "Well, not like that." He's like, "Oh yeah, you want him, don't you?"
Well,
he's like,
but that's their humor. That's their humor.
I get that. I totally get that. But you know, that's humor when you're like 15 Okay. When you're supposed to be an adult and you're supposed to be doing a program, okay, that's low class humor. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you know what? When somebody calls you on that and you say something else and you say, well, I didn't say that because I don't say stuff like that. I'm not like that. Yeah, you are. You've been doing that for a while. And he looks at me and he goes, well, I ain't saying that because no homo, right? And this whole no sus thing, Max flipped the lid on that no sus thing.
No sus being G. Being homosexual.
Exactly. You don't have to suspect me for being that.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah, and Max, you did a great job doing that because I didn't realize. I'll be honest with you, I didn't pay enough attention to realize what that was. And then when I watched those videos back in that way, they're basically saying
it's a joke.
It's a joke. Yeah. They're messing with each other, and I get that. And it's not that I don't have humor. It's not that. What I'm saying is there's a case then. For you can't come back and say, well, I don't say those kind of things.
It's
you
like
have been saying those kind of things.
There's an established method of behavior that's been going on for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lowbrow, grab ass humor, basically.
Yes,
and,
literal.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sorry, I just.
Ray Fisher's not the Paul.
I would say it like this. It's to each his own, because like this. I'm in my 40s. So that particular type of humor doesn't bother me. So I understand it. And there's a lot of other people that don't understand that humor in this day and age. So they take it a little bit more. They take it a little bit more.
I'm 43. Prime, I'm 43 and I get that humor. I'm not offended necessarily by it. What I'm saying is,
but I can understand how people would be.
There's a video of Jody. Now, I'm not even saying I'm not saying he should be taken down for his humor or for doing those things, right? Because that's his channel. That's fine. Right. He can do whatever he wants to on his channel. He can grab whatever he wants to. He can make whatever comment he wants to. How he can simulate whatever he wants to. That's none of my business, and I don't care. And I can get it humor. And you know what? If I saw it, I might even giggle a little bit. What I'm saying is when this controversy comes up about did he say this or not, and he's coming out saying, no, I didn't say that because I don't say things like that and I don't feel that way. But yet on his videos, he's doing it. It's just like him coming out and talking about, there's a video of him talking about how he's a feminist and like he respects women and he wouldn't say anything bad about women. And then we all right here on this channel watched a video where what did he say about Grace Randolph? Oh, he wanted to get inside that. He wanted to get behind that. Oh, what he would do to that. Now I know he's joking, right? Because they were doing their little back and forth.
Or Patty Jenkins?
Kiss her mother.
They were going back and forth in their little, fake, argument thing, right? But he's talking about I wouldn't. What did he say about her sugar walls and he wouldn't make it dirty with right? Okay, all of that stuff. So don't tell me you respect women because you know what? When you're looking for a laugh, you'll go there, and then that's not funny. Don't tell me.
All right, it's funny for particular audiences now.
Exactly
from that clip.
But then stick with it. Own it. Right. The best comedians own it.
Right.
They own what they say.
Perfect.
Right. And from that clip, and then everybody could interject, but from that clip and from what I've seen just on Twitter, not just from comments and from what I've seen, a lot of women just was disgusted from what he said just from that. And it's a lot of women. It wasn't men, it was women. So I'm like saying is like, okay, you got all these women saying that or whatever like that because a lot of women in this day and age, I'm not talking about the women that we grow up with that's in our age bracket. These younger women, they're going to find that offensive because they're not understanding that is humor and what he's saying. I know it's humor and it's going to be funny or whatever like that, and I know what he's doing. He's not trying to be like, he's not really trying to do that to Grace. It's humor. It's male humor. But these females, they're not going to see it that way. They're going to see it as something.
I just agree that women in the past wouldn't have a problem with that either. It's more acceptable to call it out now.
I know women of all ages, and I can't see who it was who just made the comment, but everybody freaked out, man, when Trump had his locker room humor.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody made such a big deal about it. And I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm just telling you, like, what the heck? Like, who, you know what I mean? Like, it either is or it isn't. You can't say, well, this is what we say when we're with the guys, right? We make jokes about women's this and that, and we do whatever, and right, and then we're like, but we love and respect women.
Well,
Look, I joke with my wife.
I
joke with my wife all the time about a lot of stuff, and in our house, but even with my boys, we joke about a lot of stuff.
Well,
but
all you have to see to say is was it appropriate or not? Is would he say that about
I
Gal or Petty Jenkins? No, it's because someone he disrespected. So that's why he thought, okay, so it's someone he said, I don't, her channel's trash, and then he did that. So that's why it was across the line.
So it is a sign of disrespect, is what it is.
Right. Okay, so with that being said, on that front, now on that
you would never say that about Gal or Patty.
Right now.
Yeah, I don't see him saying any of that about her sugar walls.
Right, and that's the point I was trying to make, because just pretending and honestly to be truthful, honestly, I understand that he wants to keep everything real, Jody, and stuff like that. I understand that you want to keep everything real, but when you have particular personalities that you are in acquaintance with, sometimes you just got to watch what you say. You know what I mean? Because me personally, I understand exactly where you're coming from, even though it could be humor, and I understand where a certain individual is coming from. Me personally, I can't say a lot of stuff because I'm affiliated with EA. Mm-hmm. So with me being affiliated with EA, there are certain views and my opinions I can't say in public, but I can say it personally elsewhere. But just in public, I can't say it.
I could see some guy friends like, I don't like that personally. I don't like that humor.
But what if somebody recorded you, Prime?
Privately, yeah, that's true.
But Prime, what if somebody had a cell phone and recorded you saying those things in private? You know what I'm saying? I guess here's my thing, and this is across the board. This isn't just Jody. I think this is a problem like all across the board. Is like, who are we as people? What is your personal morality? And I'm not calling you out, Prime. I'm saying as human beings, right? Do we have a public persona and a private persona?
Both. If you're under restriction, for instance, I'll give you an example. Okay, if you're with a company, okay, if you're with a company or you're affiliated with any type of company, okay, let's just say you're not affiliated with no company. You can say what the fuck you want to say. You can care less, no less, because you don't have nothing to lose, or you don't have nothing. If you're with a company, you have to represent that company at all times, regardless of what the situation is. Especially if you under a contract. You got to do it just like athletes. They have to abide by certain things on that contract. Regardless of what it is that they want to do, they have to abide what's on that contract because they're getting paid for it. If you're under an NDA, you got to abide by that, or the contract that you sign under the rules and what all the stuff stipulates. And what you get and mine, that shit is big. I mean, you really can't. You got to really watch what you do.
Oh, it's a big glass house.
You say what?
It's a big glass house, and to be honest, you really shouldn't throw stones.
Right, it's a lot of things that you can't. So you have to really watch on what you say, or you really have to know and word things properly, not to go out of bounds. But if you're not under no contract, you're not locked into anything, and you have that free will, because there's a lot of people that's out here mainly on YouTube, and there's a lot of colleagues of mine that's from EA. It's like, you know what, I feel better now because I'm not restricted under that contract. I'm not restricted under that paper. I feel better now because now I can speak my truth. A lot of people feel like that. There's times I feel like that because there's a lot of things you can't say. But
here's where Jody ultimately failed.
I like what Sickness just said.
If he was going to do this type of talk, this type of humor, then you don't do a Snyder cult campaign and try to call other people out for their bad behavior. And that's where he gets the biggest L. Yep. This wouldn't have happened to him if he didn't point the finger at others. So you could do, even if I disagree with doing this type of content on the internet, that's you. You're not gonna get called out as easily if you don't start pointing at other people. He pointed at other people, threw stones in the glass house, and he had the most. People say, "Do I have an archive of Jody?" in the chat? I think no. It's very easy. You go to any stream, you can find something. That's how
Yeah,
much.
I mean,
Well, you
can
gotta
find-
pick. You gotta pick what you want to be. You either
So
want to
would
be.
he be in
You
this
either want to be a serious outlet where people come to get news and information, and they can trust you for that, and they know that they're not going to get a bunch of other stupidity. Or you're a comedy outlet where you give comedy and stupid news, and you joke like that, and people know what they're coming and getting.
So Jody
on
would
your
still
channel.
have his channel. He'd still be here if he didn't start pointing the fingers at started cut.
Well, he still got his channel. He ain't going away.
No,
He's gonna be on hiatus. He just not gonna make anything. He's just gonna be ghost for a while, and then once something nice starts to come up, then he'll just rise up. I guarantee you that for the
With
rest
fandom
of
coming up,
coming up,
no way I believe
he's not gonna stay away. What he's gonna do? He's probably gonna take a month off. He's gonna be away from it for a while. He's gonna let a lot of shit die down, and what he's gonna do is that he's not gonna be on social media. He's not gonna even get on it. You know what I mean? I know. I've done it. So you ain't gonna do anything for a while. You're gonna let all that shit die down for a little bit. And then once you let it die down, then you gradually work your way back up. Because now he has to really, really watch certain things on now what he's still gonna be himself, but he's gonna have to watch. So that's what I'm saying. He's gonna do what he do. So
or the video could be one big troll and he's not going anywhere.
It's a tweet. It's a tweet. But Kush Lord, do you not understand commentary? Do you not understand that when people are in the public vernacular and they do stuff and stuff happens, that people comment on it, that people talk about it? Nobody
you
is
open yourself up to criticism.
Like seriously, like you're acting like we're doing something that nobody else in the world does, that nobody else does commentary on stuff. That, I mean, there's a whole genre on YouTube of nothing but commentary creators that all they do is literally pick out stuff that other people does and comment on it and have videos that do hundreds of thousands of views. Look, we're on YouTube. Can we get over this whole you're just doing it for clicks and views and you're just doing
everyone on YouTube's doing
what
it.
What the heck are we supposed to be doing when we're on YouTube? I made a video so nobody could freaking watch it. I just wanted to watch myself on YouTube constantly. And that Matt Jarbo guy, he's not even on screen. He's just right there behind this little eyeball thing here. I can't trust that. I'm so sick of this. You know what I'm telling you? Why would I want anybody to watch my videos? I'm just making content sitting in front of a camera for hours to just, make my legs tingle when I get up. Come on, shut up with that.
What? That's too much info.
People have to understand when you're
like it's like we made a movie, but don't go see it. We don't want anybody to see our movie. No, we don't want the clicks and the views or the money and the cash and the ticket sales. Don't go see our movie. We made it for fun. We're just doing this for a pastime.
Right. It's like people who are defending Jody are acting as though once he puts his content out there, it's exempt from being critiqued. Like people are just supposed to watch it and be like, "Oh, that was funny."
Didn't you see the disclaimer? Hey,
Zod,
didn't you see the disclaimer? He's got the disclaimer that says this video may not be critiqued by anyone for any kind of purpose whatsoever. No one can have an opinion about this and actually voice that to anyone at any time. Thank you.
Enjoy the video.
Exactly. Or don't enjoy the video, but don't tell anyone.
Exactly.
Don't ever tell anyone.
Like Mad Max right here. What does your video say before the beginning of every one of our live streams?
Opinions, speculation, strong opinions.
Yeah. Strong
opinions. I deliver every time.
I have to interject on certain things that Sickness is saying in the chat. So I'm gonna be very, very thorough on what I'm about to say. So it's a couple of comments that he's saying. Okay, it's like you got to put it like this. All right, it's not about putting out negative things. If you're being honest about things, that's not being negative. That's called being honest. Mm-hmm. So if you're an honest person, this is how I look at certain things. Okay, this is how I tell anybody.
Cloven.
If I don't want nobody to sugarcoat nothing, I want you to be as honest as possible. I don't have to like you, but I'm going to respect you because you're telling the truth. Because a person is going to like you better when you tell the cold, hard truth. That's just flat out. You don't have to like me as a person, but you're going to respect me as a person. That's just flat out. That's just flat out. And at the same time, there's another thing that you stated was that it's not about being accountable and about being an adult. Okay? If you are an adult, and you a man, you're going to say what you feel. And as long as that truth is about what's saying what you feel, don't sugarcoat stuff. Because I don't sugarcoat shit to my kids. I don't do that. because in this world, you can't be no bitch and you can't be no slouch in this world. You know, if you're gonna go around and beat around the bush about stuff, nothing is going to get done. You know, this is good. This is a good saying. Top businessmen that are out here, they're assholes. That's why they on top, because they're assholes, flat out. And that's how you get stuff done. You know, I have a lot of stuff that I have and stuff that I have done, like me, you know, and what I have. You know, I'm an asshole, but I'm not a bad asshole. I'm an asshole.
I begin to agree with you there from the stream. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it for what it's worth when it pertains to certain things. But when you're truthful, you have to, some people are going to take it as a negative, and then it is what it is. If you feel this is a negative, that's fine. That's your outlook. Some people is not going to look at it as a negative. They'll look at you like, you know what? He or she said some flat ass shit.
Well, in the time we're living, in the times that we're living in right now, people have to realize when they say things, when they tweet, when they get on YouTube and they make statements, that your words have consequences. You always have to realize that. It's not like it's not that this guy is being singled out and being stalked or anything. It's just because he's made a name for himself by doing this kind of stuff. So if you've made a name for yourself, you have a responsibility to keep that in check. If you can't keep that in check, then don't cry when people come after you based on things that you've said, because there are consequences to everything that you say. It's just common sense. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard to figure out. That's why I don't understand people that are defending Jody, saying, "Oh, well, you're just jealous of Jody. Oh, well, you just don't like Jody." Listen, it's not about whether we like Jody or if we're jealous of Jody or not. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with how he presents himself and how he chooses to go about the things that he says and does. He doesn't take responsibility for his actions, and that's the problem.
Yep. Hey,
still not with his recent things. Still not.
Hey, he's entitled.
He's going to come back and not even address anything.
He's entitled. And another thing that he was saying is that no, your truth is a fact. Because you can't tell a person's feelings and their outlook on certain things as not being a fact. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that. Your feelings are a fact because that's what you feel. If you present the facts.
Oh, wow. Wait. What?
What that say?
It's a premiere for Jody's Corner tomorrow at 1 p.m. It says latest from Jody's Corner. Goodbye. The end of Jody's Corner.
It kind of looks like a joke to me.
Yeah. The end of Jody. It says the end of Jody's Corner. The impact of Ray Fisher's slander.
Well, hey, we'll know
tomorrow.
Phobic's giving you props. Oh, wait, no, wrong. I was thinking, don't give him props, Phobic.
Hey, that's publicity. He's gonna put it out there. He's gonna make a stream, and a lot of people gonna watch it. He's probably gonna get a lot of people that's gonna attend to watch it, or he's gonna get a lot of views on it. So it is. But again, like I stated, he's gonna do that video. He's probably going to say his piece, and once he says his piece, he's going to be on hiatus until Phantom comes. He's not. I
don't think he's leaving at all. I think he's gonna.
He's gonna come back tomorrow. He's gonna come back.
I think he's gonna make it a big. I think he's gonna make a big joke out of it. Like he's gonna start off.
No,
he's gonna start off all serious and play the victim, and then at the end he's gonna be like, "I'm not going nowhere, y'all." Like,
and we're the ones that
like
bullied
that.
him.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's probably gonna have Andy on there back there going. Oh, guys, look what you've done. You've totally messed up everything, guys. You got rid of Jody. You made him he feels unappreciated and feel overwhelmed, and now he's going to leave.
Look, he's got the sunglasses on. Here, I'll show you. He's got the sunglasses on. And he's trying
stupid.
This is Andy and him trying to troll everyone.
Exactly. It's all it is. And Andy, and I guarantee you, Andy Signore thinks that he's so brilliant with this. Andy Signore is so smug and thinks that he is so smart. I know people like that. And you know what? I have tried to give Andy the benefit of the doubt because, you know what? I really wanted to believe that, you know, like he was just being kind of manipulated, but I really think that he's just as bad. He's just as toxic.
Yeah.
He is phony. He's a fake. He's got this public persona, and then he goes behind your back. And you know, the second he doesn't agree with you, the talons come out. I mean, sending me a DM that goes, "We're gonna destroy you." I read it as Macho Man Randy Savage earlier. I don't know if you guys caught our video.
That was pretty funny,
but
man.
Dude, I read the DM. I read the DM because it was absolutely freaking hilarious that way. And I just, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of listening to these people, these guys. Every time I see them come up on my screen, I just feel like I want to puke. I mean, because he's like, slandering folks, yeah. The same thing you accuse us of. That's what you want to be known for, huh? Lying. Yeah, this is pathetic, man.
All
because
right,
the
well,
Macho
then-
Man
well, then-
Randy Savage don't play that. The cream, the rises.
And
to
if
the
he,
top.
then he goes,
Dude, you're about to get destroyed
I
like
wanna
Jody.
see the
He didn't say the G word. He said
Do
yeah.
you guys want to hear
okay.
what took me so long to get back?
All right.
What's up?
I got him a very interesting phone call as I was driving home.
Oh, nice.
It was from a person who I am not a fan of and is not a fan of me. But he called my personal cell phone that I had to change 2 years ago after I was doxxed and that number was being harassed. I don't give that number out very often to people. In fact, there's one person who I've been kind of beefing with a bit here and there, who has an association with this person.
Oh,
And really would be the only one who would have given out my number.
so I bet I got a pretty idea what it is. Signor. Signor had the number. He gave it to Jody.
No, it wasn't Jody. No.
Okay.
It wasn't Jody.
But I know Signor has to be part of it.
Signor has my number, and it was Signor, I believe, who gave out my personal number tonight. Because that's what you do is when a person spends years harassing you,
personal number. Hey guys,
and the other night tries to smear you as a pedophile, because that's something they're attempting
That
to try
happened?
again.
Oh,
yeah.
no. All
Remember I
right.
told you guys about that the other night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same guy. By the way, it's not true, obviously. And so yeah, I think that's kind of funny because they this is how absolutely despicably low someone like Andy Signore will go.
Oh,
To go
okay.
to the person that harasses this person. Right? I mean, imagine, because he wants to get back at me because I've been taking snipes at him. And this is what it was. Instead of actually engaging with me, because I've been open about engaging with him, he gave my number to a person who was calling me tonight and trying to question the biological father of my children were, which is funny because this person is an alcoholic dumbass who doesn't know anything. It's just
change
funny
your
to me.
number again. Change it again.
I probably will. I probably will have to
Change it.
It's that whole notion of this is just that's a really low move, Signor. That's a real low move. And I tell you what, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna I do believe turnabout is fair play, but I'm not gonna sit there and give out his number to people who may want to know it. That would be fucked up.
Oh, Prime bounced. He's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
That would be wrong of me.
All
things considered, I mean, Andy could just call me himself.
Oh, he's back.
If he wants to yell at me.
Oh, I thought you were bouncing because of the hotness.
So,
Nah.
Okay.
I think it was funnier than hell because it was recorded. I know that much. And it will be out tomorrow. Oh no, it's just a lot of incessant screaming between two fat idiots. And me reminding this guy that he has a real weird love of 18-year-old girls and he's in his mid-30s.
Oh no.
A little bit creepy, a little bit odd.
So there's gonna be a Matt thing tomorrow somewhere.
Wherever you do, there's been a Matt thing almost every day for 2 fucking years.
Okay.
So let's just celebrate the fact that fuck it and have a good time.
All right. Well,
really,
I'll be honest with you. You people that I used to be associated with are coming at you too, Matt. They made a video about me. No, they made a video about me yesterday because I'm associating with you. I'm like, you don't know. Listen.
Wait. Who was that? Posted in the private chat. I'm kind of curious about that one. Is it who I think it is? Is it who I think it is?
No, it's someone else. You don't even know.
Whatever.
Oh,
Okay, look. Fine.
It's the guy that went at you in the Twitter DM.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Who went at me in Twitter DMs?
Remember, I sent a link to this person. I said, "Come on our show. Let's just have some fun." And then he decided to take it as a chance to go after Matt Jarbo in the chat.
Oh boy.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. Let's address the elephant in the room because apparently people like to bring this up. Nearly 8 years ago, I made a very terrible video, a very terrible mistake where I said the N-word multiple times. It is not something I stand by. It is something that at the time I was trying to be funny and edgy. And if you look back at like the James Gunn tweets from 2012, it was a really different place the internet was. That doesn't excuse my actions, nor does it do anything to eradicate my actions.
Too, but
I condemn it.
What can you do? Some people have to move on.
Well, it's the truth of the matter is people look, people can be mad about it, and I respect that. All right, it was a puppet. I made a puppet say the N-word. It was stupid as hell, and it's the stupidest thing I've ever
Somebody
done.
sent me that today too, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, this guy was spamming it on Twitter and whatnot because it's some guy from he's got like no followers. He counts like 5 years old, so it was just a dormant dummy account. Because I went after Jody, so they're trying to come after me on that front. Kind of funny how like they're giving out my cell phone number and they're trying to label me a racist and all that jazz. It is what it is. I regret my actions immensely, but that's not who I am as a person. I don't attack people based upon their color, their ethnicity, their race, their sex, their religion, their creed, anything like that.
I think people grow too,
and people
especially
grow.
in YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm also not going to run away from that mistake. You know what? Like 2 years ago, I got caught up in a flagging incident, tanked my other career, which is fine with me, and I have to live with that. I have to own it. I don't run from it, but I acknowledge it on a human scale. I grow. You can like it, you can not like it. I can't control how you feel, nor am I going to. That's just the way I look at it now. Is it going to come up later on? Yeah. Has people tried to use it to hinder business relationships of mine? Absolutely. But I'm thankful that in the couple that I've been able to put together, that has come up and that has not been an issue because there's been discussions had about the growth of the person and the fact that everyone does make mistakes. And the people that thankfully I'm working with don't believe in cancel culture. So there's that. So this is what's happening.
I don't see if you did that in today's day and you did it again, I'll be the first to call you out, but I don't believe in any situation that you would do it again.
No, of course not. I don't even like I cringe at the word, to be honest with you.
And you've deleted it. That's also something I think we also have to go at this point. Does someone delete it and say they're sorry for it? That's
well, there's some people out there, they don't.
Down. Yeah.
Well, the way it works is that people like to hold it over your head. You know what I mean? They like to lord it over you.
You deleted it, you apologized for it, and you want to be a better person.
Yeah, I was trying to reach an audience of people back then that I thought at the time, and this is me being honest. At the time, I thought the best way to get out of the financial situation I was in, which again, I was broke, I was on food stamps, I was on unemployment. All my credit cards were maxed out. I was desperate to try to find some relevance on YouTube to make some money in order to be able to survive. And I thought if I went and became the worst version of myself, and I was the most assholish person of myself, edgy, terrible, all of these things, I could appeal to the 4chan audience. And then through that, be able to earn some money to be able to live. That is why I did what I did. That's a huge fucking mistake, Max. You guys have no idea how much it's an embarrassment is what it is. And it's a massive mistake. And that's a part of me that is a blemish that I have to live with. But I don't have a problem talking about it because, the thing is, if you run and hide from these sort of things, it just proves you didn't grow. And people could look, the thing is, people here are probably learning about this for the first time. You might look at me differently, and that's okay. I can't change that. All I could ask is that, you know what? You give me the chance.
I say, look at Matt as he is now. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, basically, people can change. I'm sorry, no one stays static forever.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like, and it's something that you can always sit there and use as a learning experience. Don't do what Matt did. Don't fuck up that bad.
I basically tell myself that, Matt, every morning when I wake up, even before I met you. It was just like, don't do what Matt did.
Well, I mean, Andrew here says,
I look at everything
even knew you
like
did
this. I tend to look at everything like this, and that is, he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's done stuff that they wish they hadn't in their life, and nobody likes it when things in their life the mistakes that they made keep coming to light and coming back over and over again. Nobody likes that shit.
Consistently and over and over and over and over again. He never apologizes. He doubles down and he points at everyone else.
Well, that was the biggest mistake that he made was that he said what he said, and then when he got called out, he tried to justify what he said and say, "Oh, I wasn't trying to say that. I was saying, I
think he should have said, "I'm sorry if it sounded like that. That was not," and that would have been a much better way to handle it than say, "Ray Fisher." Like this whole thing. This is a troll. He's not quitting. This is another spectacle.
He's not quitting.
You know how many cash apps he's going to get on this stream?
Geez.
You think Andy's going to pop in?
He's just gonna do this. He's playing this game right now. He puts out this post, and the way it ends when he says, "We had a good run." That's why I knew most likely this is bullshit. He wants to see what everyone's gonna say. He wants everyone to talk about him right now, which we're all doing.
He's got the shades on, and he would pick a different thumbnail if he was not going to stay.
And why would he have Ray Fisher on there as well? There's no sympathy right here.
Shut the hell up. He's not immune either. Honestly, if Patty Jenkins, she should reevaluate her relationship with him. Definitely.
Well, the way I look at it is this: it seemed too good to be true, and I kind of jumped the gun on it. So did a lot of other people. But obviously it's a prank. Obviously it's a play, because the fact that Andy hasn't said anything.
They waited to put the premiere until we're streaming too. That's the other reason it's a joke. Enosh, you got the notification while we're all streaming. Okay, Andy, I know you're watching. I know certain people are watching.
I'm pretty sure he's watching, and
Hi, remember me?
Hello,
remember me? I know you said that you didn't remember me, and then Jody in his stream was like, "Oh, I know this guy, this ugly guy. I know him. He's one of those nerds. He's one of those Snyder nerds," and basically almost proclaimed me God of all the Snyder cults.
The biggest tell is the shades in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I'm not sweating nothing.
I'm living rent free.
You should take
that head, and it's a big head too. There's lots of room. Got plenty of leg room. A kick back. It sounds like a freaking echo chamber inside the minds of Andy Signore and Jody.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I just kind of have to ask the question: are we spending too much time talking about them? I know it's fun. It is fun. It's funny at the same time. But
I didn't know. I was going to evaluate it. I was going to say I think he's going to come back, but I did think he was going to. I thought he was going to take a break because he doesn't want to address stuff. But he is such a dipshit that he's actually going to use it as a spectacle when he should shut the hell up and take a break.
Yep.
Do you really think that he's going to take a break? There's no way.
Their egos are too big. Their egos are too big to accept that and to step back. They think that if they just keep being loud and keep doing it, pressing it, that they're going to somehow break through, and they're going to and Ray Fisher's going to break down, and he's going to give them what they want.
No, you should be afraid of Ray Fisher.
Well, to be fair, okay,
all he has to do is make a call. All he has to do is make a call.
The thing is, though, the truth of the matter is this: should Ray have retweeted that video? That is a question. You know, I mean, if you don't like them,
bad behavior.
It is bad behavior. Accountability greater than entertainment. Yes, I agree with that statement.
He did nothing wrong. He doesn't have to apologize.
No, I'm not saying you should apologize, but we have to also ask ourselves, when it comes to petty vindictiveness, and I'm guilty of it myself.
They went after him first.
No, they did. They totally did. I totally get that. And I'm not saying, as you know me, I'm like a contrarian.
It needed someone from beyond
I'm giving you a minute here, Matt. I love you, but I'm giving you a minute. I'm giving you a minute to explain what you're saying.
All I'm saying is, you have to ask yourself sometimes, is the juice worth the squeeze? And in this realm that we find ourselves, this Twitter, social media, cancel culture realm, everyone says dumb shit. Everyone says stupid things. At what point in time is it just God damn it, it's too much? And I'm not saying don't criticize Jody. He said gay. It's there. You hear it. Right, it's there. It was a bad joke. It was a bad joke.
But it's more than that, though. He said he has said many things.
No, I know. I've heard all, and I'm not.
After video.
I get that. I
know, but Matt, you shouldn't be defending him. That's
I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him. What I'm referring to here is the process of how it's done. Okay. So I'm not defending him. I think what he said was trash, and a lot of his comments are trash, and his opinions are trash, and everything else. And I'm not upset at Ray for retweeting it. What I talk about here is there's the quick reaction, right? That feel good gut reaction that just fire off a shot in return, ha ha ha, F you, buddy. Right. And then, of course, there's that. And then you have the afterglow from feeling you owned your enemies. And then the reality kind of sets in. And I'm one of those kind of people that really ruminate on things after the fact.
No, I'm streaming tomorrow when he does this.
No, by all means. Yeah. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm not saying don't do that. I absolutely criticize it all you want.
I can't wait to see the spectacle
Oh,
you
dude,
stay back for
that's
cash
not
apps
what
playing
Ray
victim.
Fisher is about.
No,
If
no,
you
I'm
watch
not
him on Saturday. Ray Fisher is sick of all this stuff.
I get it.
He wasn't pulling any punches.
No,
man.
I get it. But it's
and I think the squeeze for him was worth it because he's literally dropping fire and then walking away from it. He's ignoring them.
Well,
and
I guess the question becomes like
that he acknowledged them and then sat there and ignored them like the little children that they are because they're just YouTubers. For God's sake, we're acting like YouTube.
You don't ignore nonsense. You take the trash out every single time. And just like
and that's what
Zeverfeld said last night. No, Zeverfeld. I'm just kidding.
I'm not. Again, I am not.
If you see a cockroach, you take care of it. You defog. You get rid of
And Matt, I'm not trying to jump on you. I'm just saying that he basically that's what Ray did. He took out the trash. He called them out on it. He said, "This is what I believe. This is the type of person you are." So he acknowledged all the junk that they did, but he was not going to give in to them, and he's not saying anything about it again. And they can make all the noise that they want and say, "Come on our channel, come on, debate us. Come on, we're going to have a talk."
They're threatening legal action. They're threatening legal action. It's so ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
What possible legal action?
They can't. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. It's an opinion.
Someone else.
Well, I mean, when you the legal action part is the slander. So that will
but to prove defamation per se.
What is he going to prove that he lost? What is he going to prove that he lost? All of his supporters are still supporting him. I said this when people were asking me how I felt about it. I said, look, my supporters are still going to be there. I actually gained supporters by doing this because people found me that wouldn't have found me before. Jody, if he stays on, he ain't going to lose any supporters. He's still going to have people giving him $300 cash apps. He ain't losing anybody over this.
The guy has over 50,000 subscribers.
For God's sake, he ain't losing nobody.
Guys, this is the best thing. Guys, this is the best thing. Think about this for a second. This is the best thing to ever happen to Jody.
Yes,
it's a publicity stunt. Jody is gonna play this up to the max. He got Ray Fisher to respond to him. This is just what him and Andy Signore want. So the real question that I think Matt Jarbo was asking was, what was it worth to Ray Fisher to shout these guys out? Because the reality is here, the only who has more to gain. Jody does, because Jody can play the victim and simp his way to the top and say, oh, Ray Fisher's attacking me, I'm getting attacked by a celebrity. I'm just a YouTuber. Listen, man, at the end of the day, it all comes down to, and that's how we know that Ray Fisher is the ultimate badass, because he knows all this, and at the end of it all, he can still say accountability over entertainment. And guess what?
Booyah!
I stand with Ray Fisher all the way, but I just think that like Jody is going to use this, and is going to take it and is going to milk it for all it's worth, and he's going to love every minute of it. You wait and see that event tomorrow. It's going to be an event.
Nickname, no paywalls.
It's going to be an event.
It's going to be an event. And he knows that we're all going to tune in, and we're all going to be waiting to see what's going to happen. So he's already captured all these views because he knows that all of us are going to tune in. He knows that everyone in the chat is going to tune in.
He needs a video. His views have sucked lately.
I don't think I'm going to tune in. I'm just going to catch the recap later on. I'll be honest with you.
This is huge for him.
But either way, we're all going to want to know.
You're good, man.
Booyah.
You're good,
Matt,
Matt,
I love you,
Matt.
Matt.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not trying to talk over you, but I mean, Matt, you usually have a really good take on this. I just don't think you have a good take on this.
That's fine. That's fine. It's mostly I'm asking I like to ask the philosophical questions.
Well, no, I get
it because
I get it.
And it's not saying, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't do it at all. Like this last week, and the guy that called me tonight, he's mad at me because the other day I went on another stream and I eviscerated him from orbit, because he knows he's a massive F up and I can call it out. Like, all he has on me is boulders and flagging. Whoop de F and do, you drunk. Anyway, don't want to get into it. Because I'll use words that will make Max entirely demonetized, and then he won't have me on anymore. The point I'm trying to get to here, is like, listen, we're adults, right? Like, we are. At the end of the day, we're all adults, and we're arguing over some crap that is really, really stupid. And it's true.
Do you see YouTube?
Yeah, no, and I know, and I partake in it too. And it's like
all
that
first world issues.
It is. It's like
You know what I mean?
It's absolutely first world issues.
I
Like,
would listen. I'd rather focus on this than actually what's happening out on the streets.
Sure, I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. What I don't like about what happened
Matt would
today.
know best. I mean, he's out there in the streets right now.
No, I'm home. I'm home now.
We could all do a Cash App thing on whether or not
Matt.
on whether
Matt
or not
works to beat every day. He's out there pounding the pavement. Doing
bringing those Happy Meals.
Bringing the Happy Meals.
You want that chalupa? I'll get you that chalupa.
Happy.
Fire sauce. Don't forget the fire sauce.
Oh God, I get so many messages about that too. Like as I'm halfway to the person's house, and they're like, "Could you get me extra hot sauce?" And I'm like, "Really?
No.
Can't you look at the app and see that I'm halfway between the Taco Bell that I just spent 20 minutes in line for a $3 fare?" Anyway, tonight, yeah. People.
Well, the thing is that look, the whole legal action thing, you have to prove loss. He's not losing anything. Nobody tried to cancel him. Nobody called for him to be gone. Nobody's taking anything away from him. He's going to be in the exact same position tomorrow if he streams as he would have been any other way. In fact, he's probably going to be better off because people feel freaking sorry for him. So what loss is he going to prove? He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing.
It's the biggest troll of them all. It's the big fucking troll, and that's all it is. And he wanted us to do all this. He wanted us to this. You know, it's like on my show, I'm going to end up talking about it as well because it's inevitable.
It's news. It's news. It's what's going on in this world.
So are you saying that we should Photoshop Jody's head on Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, I am
inevitable. Just because, like, I mean,
but can we? It's at a certain point, there has to be a level of accountability on based on somebody's actions. I mean, you can't go around saying everything that you're saying and thinking that you're going to get away with it. And that's the thing is that I think at a certain point, you start to lose your perception of reality because, I mean, well, he can say whatever he wants, and so far he's gotten away with it. And there's been really no repercussion. I mean, if you look at his subs, he has, over 50,000 subscribers? Mm-hmm. He's getting all these fat super chats. So apparently, obviously, the way he acts is not affecting him in the end. So if something does happen with this and he does feel a repercussion for what, the things that he says, I think it's a good thing. And hopefully it teaches him a lesson. But chances are this is all just one big troll. And tomorrow he's going to be Kush I'm not going anywhere.
Kush Lord is way off. He said something here that I think a lot of people should be offended by. He put this up if you can, Max. I really just believe y'all are jealous of him.
Why would I be jealous of him?
He make more money. He make more money. He's more successful. And he black. Jody winning. That has nothing to do with it. The fact that you're turning it into that kind of argument, man. I hate when people do that because as a mixed racial gentleman myself,
I got a job.
I get pissed off when I see that type of shit. Why are you bringing race into it? Race has nothing to do with it. You could be an asshole no matter who you are. That don't mean you could be black, white, Hispanic, Middle Eastern. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, I hate when people do that. That's crazy.
Well, I was anticipating that. I was anticipating somebody to come into the chat and say that. I was anticipating it, and he didn't disappoint, or she. Whoever what it was, you didn't disappoint.
I'll just say this: Matt Jarbo is right. Matt Jarbo is right because here's the thing. Jody, he needs YouTube. He needs people to give that super chat because he ain't got nothing else. YouTube ain't real. Okay? YouTube is a screen. You know what? We could close it down and never see it again, and it would not affect our lives in any way. Jody is not contributing to the world. He's not doing anything. He's not putting anything out there that's actually helping anyone or doing anything. He's telling stupid jokes. He's making racial statements, making homophobic stuff. He's doing all this crap. And you know what? I got a real job. I don't need YouTube to verify me, to validate me. I do it because I want to do it and I have fun doing it and I make a little bit of money doing it. And you know what? It's all good because I enjoy I do YouTube for the people that come to my channel. He's not doing YouTube for that. He's desperate to make money. Him and Andy both are desperate to hold on to what they have.
2 hours.
No, I want to get ready for Jody's saying goodbye tomorrow. So
did you guys see Ray Fisher's tweets tonight?
No, I did not.
He got
But
he
thanks, Prime.
delivered
Thanks, Prime.
Later,
6 tweets. Bye, Prime. He delivered 6 tweets. I got him on my phone if you want me to share them, but he delivered 6 tweets that talk about Joss Whedon.
What's this?
Ray Fisher actually released 6 tweets tonight that talked about Joss Whedon. And if you want,
yeah, I'll share them. We'll do.
Please,
that's where we'll end it.
let me
those tweets.
I'll get them. You want me to read them?
All right, you end the show, Enosh.
You want me to just read them then?
No. We'll show. You could show them.
Okay, well, I got to get them off my phone, so give me just a second, and I'll share them here for you guys. Okay.
As soon as this is over, I'm gonna go live on my channel. So you guys are welcome to jump over.
Yeah,
I'll be up for a while.
I'll support Nicotina. We get a big push to his show. Bring it up live now. We'll make sure you're live before we end it.
Okay.
That's what I like to do for my friends all the time, for sure.
I just got to airdrop them to my computer here.
And I'll come on for a few minutes.
I appreciate that.
I might just be my icon. I'm getting tired though. It's 3.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
at midnight at my house, so I imagine it's pretty late over there.
And I got a toothache, and I can't go to the dentist.
See, Brian's on the West Coast like I am. It's only midnight right now. I just got home from work. God.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't had to work nights in a while. But
Yeah, it's brutal. It's really brutal.
I got to research murder, and then I got to do my podcast. But I'll be up for a while.
Sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you. Look, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You want to? I'll be real quick.
This murder on screen for the Snyder Cut movie. That's my favorite.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys this. You want to talk about potential earnings? YouTube ain't got nothing on podcasting. Oof.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I'll put it to you like this: you can muster yourself a decent following of people. We're not even talking like several 100,000, maybe like 5,000 people that listen to your stuff consistently. You can easily pull in a couple grand a month, not a problem.
What am I doing wrong?
There's no algorithm. There's no algorithm. It's all user-driven content.
I can just put this show on a podcast.
You would have to format the show a bit more, and maybe edit it down a little bit and things along those lines. But for the most part, I mean, like my whole process. This is why I don't really care much about YouTube right now, is because the angle I'm taking, which I will not mention publicly because it's mine. I will tell you guys about it though.
He told me about it. I'm gonna take it.
I mean, like if I play it right,
here I come.
5 figures, 6 figures a month is not out of the realm of possibility in the next year. I'm not kidding. If you can tap into a market and get it working for you really well with podcasting, YouTube is great for podcasting by trying to find a new audience. But because the way the system's designed, it doesn't really allow you to keep that audience because they don't get notifications. But if you build it up another way, a better way, utilizing multiple tools, dude, limitless potential.
Podcasting, indeed.
Podcasting, man.
I agree with you 1,000%, Mr. Jarbo.
Uh-huh. Because this is the thing. Jarbo pays the attention.
Tune in to the Zod Rider Show on Tuesday nights on psn-radio.com, and it is also on SoundCloud and Spotify. Just saying. Just saying.
Stitcher, I use Stitcher.
Podcast.
Well, I like Anchor FM because because it will go out to multiple different outlets.
Yeah, it goes out to different. Well, it does the same. We do the same thing here. It goes out to different, like an RSS feed.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I want to get on Stitcher because Stitcher just got bought by Sirius. They just emailed me today announcing the deal. I have other podcasts on there too that I haven't touched in years, but yeah. So Sirius XM is a big deal, you know. So
does the Madman need a podcast?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I have an old school dude.
I
I need to revive my old school podcast where I interviewed people about how they would survive a zombie apocalypse. That actually was doing really well for me back in 2010, and then I just kind of put it down.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, check out here. Okay, if you want everyone to kind of get an idea of it, go to survivalist.com. So survivalist with a Z, survivalist. I coined the term back in 2008. So it's been 12 years that I've been sitting on, and I got I think there's 50 episodes that are done. It's on YouTube and on podcasting. I think it's still hosted.
Oh, there you go.
I need to reboot it. So.
All right, well, go live now. Start your show, Nicotine, and we'll just go.
All right.
I
got this up. You guys ready for this?
Here.
Wait, yeah.
Wait, hold on, Enosh. You got it up? Yeah.
Let me get the yeah. And then, there. That's good.
Okay. Let me just pull it up here, and I'll share it real quick. Because this is interesting. It's interesting to finally get some clarity on some of this stuff, because I didn't even recognize what it was at first. All right.
Okay.
So can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first
one. I saw this one.
Yeah. So it's 6 parts. Did you see all 6 parts? So it says, a powerful and cathartic read for me. It's a shame that this article need exist, but our world would be better for it. Thank you. He thanks some people. He says, excerpts that resonated with me in the thread, accountability greater than entertainment. And so he shared this thing about how the TV industry can better protect writers from the next toxic showrunners or whatever. And so there's that. But then the second one.
Oh, you closed it.
No, because I'm sorry. It's different tweets here. So here's the second one. It says, and so while I was believed, there was either no response or little more than a conversation with the perpetrator that amounted to a slap on the wrist. I heard they're going through a hard time, or I know it's awful, but what can I do? And then the third one here, can you guys see that one?
Yes.
Okay. It says, or everyone hates it, but they're so talented, or yes, it's horrible, but at least it's not as bad as working with whoever. And for the worst cases, yes, you can report, but the consequences might be that people are afraid to hire you again. So that's the third one. Here's the fourth one. Oh, it went away. Hold on, let me put it back up here. Yeah, here we go. He says, even when I did speak to the companies I was employed by, I could feel the brutal math of corporate America at work. How much will it cost us to address this? And what do we stand to lose if we do? Then the next one here. Whoops, dang it. Why does it keep going out? That's weird.
Because you closed the window.
Big surprise, though, that it's all about money, though, right? Big surprise.
It's a different one. It's always about money.
So it says, in the end, it was more profitable to roll the dice, hope everyone got out alive, and do the bare minimum. Did I take the next step and hire a lawyer or report it to HR? No, but it felt quite clear that to do so was to stand alone. I wasn't that brave or that powerful. And then the last one here. It did it for one. I don't know why it's doing it. StreamYard's weird. Okay, and then here's the last one. It says, I ran the math of the marginalized. How much will it cost me in my career and reputation to speak the truth? And how much mental anguish will I face from dealing with detractors and mudslingers?
He's throwing heat at Jody and Andy there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think the fact that I think the reason why he released the thing that he did and copied my video is because he's just sick of this. Like, he's sick of seeing these types of people. He's sick of seeing these atrocities. He's sick of seeing people take advantage of people. And I think that probably it got to him a little bit. Like getting hounded all week long, probably, and called out.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. And to have someone, especially Jody, go out of your way to say gay Fisher. It's just very childish. It's very immature. And that's the thing I was trying to say earlier. It's like, it's not a case of mental health. No. And look, am I calling him a racist? No, I'm not calling Jody a racist. But what I am saying is that he makes inappropriate comments all the time. And there comes a point where it becomes too much. And I don't watch his show. I try my best not to. Every so often I do, but he makes these comments that are just over the top, and there has to be. We have to draw a line somewhere.
All right. Well, Nick Tina,
what?
Go live, because I'm getting tired if I'm going to be on your show for a few minutes.
All right. Jay Money wants you guys to shout out your channels. He's a good guy. Jay Money came over here. He messaged me and I sent him over here. I sent him the link to come over here, and so he wants to know, he wants to make sure that he subscribes to you guys because he likes you. So.
Okay.
You can find me on Pornhub.com.
Oh, I hope not.
Just look up Darth Maul Dick Suck.
Okay, come on.
Oh, there goes your monetization.
Man. What? There it went.
Hey, trust me, the lightsaber is not the only tip that's red. Oh,
Jarbo owes you money for this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5 cents you would have made.
I pay him $5 a month. I pay him
Hashtag
$5 a month.
Jarbo. Hashtag Jarbo owes you money.
I pay him $5
What are you, my creditor? What are you? What is
my
this?
show
Like,
to get my streams demonetized.
Andrew here is like, Jesus, Jarbo. Listen, it's after midnight. Okay, I'm like a mogwai
3:14 in the morning
when that happens. You know what I mean? Like, I just say whatever. Right, Nicotine is going to be real unhappy
Put
with
Jay
me.
Money's up there.
What? No,
I'm
kidding.
I'm already backstage. Go to Nicotine now. Are you going live?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live right now. I'm gonna go live right now. Right now.
Go to Nicotine
Jay Money.
now.
Jay Money asked, "Are you on premium?" Because my subscription runs out in 3 weeks.
All right.
Well, you got enough time.
All
Fap
right,
on, homie.
Okay,
Fap on.
okay. I